Hey, what's up, party people? Welcome to Enter the Realm, episode 125, the Realm Collectors podcast. It is the Star Wars review special, so it's going to be spoiler heavy, folks. We have some special guests tonight. We'll get into intros in a minute, but first, go pull a chair up at the cool table. A group of like-minded podcasts featuring Enter the Realm, Shattercast Uncut, Nerd Rage Radio, Plastic Fanatics, Figure Bangin', Beer and Bolters, 40K, 8 Weeks, Stasis Lock, and Toy Detox. Don't forget to check out the new Lego show, Building Up to It, now available on YouTube and iTunes. New music from Cobra Law Records is now available from Nathan Haskell. Of Cabbages and Kings is available on his Bandcamp. You can send your What's in the Fucking Box and Shelf Life videos to
Into the Realmcast at gmail.com.
You can find the Realm on Facebook. We are Realm of Collectors. Instagram at Realm of Collectors. And our website, realmofcollectors.com. Make sure to check out our blog. We have several weekly posts going up on all sorts of different subjects. And if you're listening on audio, please give us a 5-star rating, because that's what all the cool kids are doing. My name is Chris Pinkerton, if you're nasty. We are joined tonight by the 2/3 of the cast of our Cool Table Sister show, Nerd Rage Radio. Let's get into some intros. Brink, I'm sorry you're not first for a change. Going across the bottom of my Google Hangout screen, coming up first is the man who's teaching me how to paint by numbers, Adam Russman.
What's going on, people? How's everything?
Dude, yeah, a little Antoine swag there.
Is that, did I?
What's up, peoples?
Bass voice.
I'm laying down, and my wife just let the dog back in the room. I'm like laying on the bed with the laptop, and he was about to jump on the bed, so I was half distracted for a second. So I apologize for that.
Getting
And
that
I got peanut butter in one hand and
legs strapped up, spread an eagle right now, and he's about to go to town.
not gonna mess up my Monday night with your podcasting.
That's right. It's a chunky kind, so he's got to use his teeth real gentle, like, you know what I mean, Chris?
Exactly.
All right.
Up next is your favorite reviewer's favorite reviewer. Bobby Skullface is with us.
I'm not sure if that information is accurate. Sure, probably your favorite reviewer's hated reviewer.
Listen, I come up with this shit on the fly, man. Just roll.
I'm
with
here.
it.
I'm here. And I'm happy to be here.
I mean,
Thanks
what if
for-
Bobby is their favorite reviewer? Then that statement's not true.
Your favorite reviewer's favorite reviewer?
Yeah,
I'm sure he's his favorite.
that'd be
reviewer.
deluxe then.
No. Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Up next is the man who is redefining what tote life means. Ladies and gentlemen,
Hey,
the Wrinkleizer Brian Rink is with us.
Dude, are your
What's
toes split
up?
up?
Yeah.
my totes are on display now.
That's bullshit.
Baby steps, right? Baby.
Looking
On the thumbnail, it looks like you have like a fish tank collection.
Actually, those aren't toys. Those are the neighbors from over the years.
Adam, it looks like Drexel's house.
$1 right now. She's got the separating the Legos.
That's
so
funny.
Up next is the man who slides in every opportunity at the very last minute. Jay Ruse is barely with us tonight. Oh, nothing. Okay.
Oh, you like froze
Did I
up,
freeze?
lagged out. Yeah, it's on my end. I'm having like internet issues, but I got some good news. I learned a cool trick this weekend.
Here we
I'm
go.
not really in front of you right now. I'm doing the show from the couch. But the bad news is, this is probably my last show.
Good. Hopefully you just fade into the fucking wind.
Dude, you sitting cross-legged there, Jay Ruse? How's those knees?
Yeah, don't worry about it. Just
Hey, we
sitting
need
here, sitting here looking at the two suns go down.
Listen, we haven't checked it in a while. How's the finger?
It's straight. It's straight now. I just need
Wow,
to go
back
get
to
some
normal,
physical
huh?
therapy. Yep.
What's up with that crazy wrinkle you got in it now?
Yeah.
That's the fucking. I need to
He just got out of the pool.
fucking brace.
I don't know which is. I think I'd rather take the bend than that fucked up wrinkle you got.
Okay, so it's
That's-
straight. Can you bend it?
It's straight. I can't bend it. I need some.
You
physical
still can't
therapy.
bend it.
No, I can't bend it.
So do you
bad
still
it
have to go
doesn't
for the surgery?
I don't know what I got to. Once I go to the doctor for the first time after 4 months on Thursday, I will find out what's gonna happen.
What's the name of it again?
A Wrinkle in Time.
Mullet finger.
Yeah, mullet.
Mallet. Mallet finger.
So what happens with mullet fingers is the brace they give you, it's short on one side and long on the other.
That's what happens when you wear the brace for too long.
Keep it somewhere warm; it'll stay wrinkled.
I pulled the muscle in my
Wet.
back laughing so hard at that. That's
All
true.
right. Up next is I think the guy who most recently saw Star Wars out of
I
the
did.
panel here tonight.
But before I say that, I just want to say shout out to your homies fucking you over on some toy deals. That's it.
Just one is with us tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Not that he's gonna watch the show anyway.
First of all, I'm
Craig, how
not-
long did it take you to get it? About 8 weeks?
No, it's a little bit faster than that. A little bit faster.
wow. All right, up next is everybody's favorite camp counselor on Saturday nights. Just Mike.
Yo! What's up, everybody? Welcome to Enter the Realm.
And last but not least, the real American hero, the Marathon Man, Mr. 4 Hours. James is with us tonight.
He's like, that's what his wife calls him.
Yeah, right.
All right.
He's very smug with that one. He's very
That's
smug.
right.
Damn right.
He's like, you don't joke around. He's like, you don't joke about my family.
That's the mother of my children.
And how am I a camp counselor, Chris?
Because you said your friend came over and was crying. And you had to,
I got it. Shush.
yeah, camp counselor.
It's hey, putting the shit out there now.
You don't talk about his family like that.
Yeah.
He's-
It's all kind of blurring together. It was enough. It was enough without saying anything. All right, so that was so much fun. We're gonna do it one more time in a little segment I like to call "What'd You Get?" Now, for our guests here, this is where you're going to share with the audience what you spent your disposable income on. Hookers and blow, notwithstanding. Adam, you get to go first.
Wait,
here.
wait. Are you implying that they don't watch the show and they don't know what the segment is?
I don't know.
Okay.
I was waiting for someone to say that.
I guess I can imply that. Yeah, we're just making sure they know. Adam, you're up first.
Oh man, I haven't gotten jack shit here because I just got back from 2 weeks of training, so I'm catching up. So I will pass to the next person.
Well, actually, we have a special noise for you when you pass.
Oh,
Let's see
fuck.
if we can get it
God
here.
damn it.
Well, you guys.
Oh, actually, I
Hang
got an
on.
alibi. I got an alibi.
Uh-oh.
I did get a new 40K book, and this is like the goofiest shit they've ever made. There's a journal where you can like write the games and who you played and how many points you beat somebody by. Like it's a crazy item, but it is full of douchebaggery game nerds. I don't know why anybody would purchase that and use that, but that's what I got. So there, no sound now. Pass it to Bobby.
I
Dear
think you should still
diary.
get the sound for that because you're not even happy with your purchase.
I didn't purchase it. It was a gift. It was a white elephant gift.
Yeah, we're gonna get into
Counts,
that
you
a
don't-
little
yeah,
bit.
it counts. You don't have to purchase that.
All right, Bobby, you're never one to disappoint in this category. What'd you get?
I got the KFC Stratotanker.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Did you buy that or did you just look at it?
I bought it. It was funny 'cause, Brink and Raul were at my house when I opened it, when I got the box. And I brought it out and I was like, oh, this is trash, like immediately. And Raul just hung his head down and said, I just bought it.
Dude, that's how influential you are now. He just bought it just because you had the box.
Yo, you know what? I know they're not gonna make one for a while. I don't think anybody else is gonna step up right now. I'm gonna be fucking scoping out that cafe for the Realm of Regret. Scoop it up for $60 just for robot mode and leave it alone.
I mean, it's content for me. I don't give a fuck about Octane. It's good enough. I got SH Figuarts Ray. I got SH Figuarts Praetorian Guard.
Mm.
And
How many is that now, Bobby?
that's 6. And I'm
6?
only going to be getting a 7th and an 8th if Mafex and Bondi Model Kit does one.
Yo, Energon Addict in the chat says, "What the fuck is Bobby under his bed?"
my headset is broke.
No. The way
No.
it looks, it's like
Dude, I talked to you about that today. It's like,
Yeah, there's nothing I can do. My computer is like it's a big. It sounds like I'm bragging. I'm not. It's
yeah. Oh, here we go.
screen is
Okay.
large for the space that it sits in.
Oh,
Listen,
so
we
is that the
what
theater
kind of money-
edition?
We
Is
know
that-
what kind of money
is
you're
that
making on
lip
YouTube.
of the desk. That's a lip of the desk hanging out there.
All those times you thought I was under your bed, and I was.
Yeah, Danny
Ooh, the
best
prophecy.
Right?
Not anybody's best.
Bobby got the theater edition iMac.
And I what else did I got something else. I got the Black Series Rose. I got
Hold on a minute. Rose from this movie?
correct.
Get the fuck out of here.
Hold your tongue. Hold your tongue. We haven't unleashed her.
Was here, he'd give you a lashing. And I got some comics from Raul. I got to read one of them already. This that I'll talk about on our races, but it's the Button, I think it's called, with the
Yeah.
and Batman. It's fucking good. Some good moments between Thomas Wayne and Bruce Adam.
Sweet.
And I think
Thomas Wayne
I
and
got to look
Bruce.
wait, I got one. No, it hasn't come yet. It hasn't come yet. We're
What was Thomas Wayne doing with Bruce? Just was he pushing him on a swing or something? Like, was this early on? or-
like Flashpoint Thomas Wayne.
Ah,
And like they got to like have a little bit of like dialogue back and forth. Like it's pretty fucking powerful. I don't know. I recommend it. It's a good read.
Nice. All right, does that wrap you up?
Yeah.
Brian Brink,
yo,
what'd you get?
I got some shelvage. It looks great. Da-da-da. I tell you, I'm pretty psyched, man. It's getting close here. But I did get some real stuff too. I got
Yo, that's tote life to the next extreme, man.
Redefining it. Step your game up,
Yeah,
tote,
yeah.
tote boys.
Hashtag tote gang.
That's right.
It's in the chat
Uh,
right now.
He's got the tote lit up. That is still fucking with me.
Totes my goats.
Totes my goats. Oh, Brian, you're lucky
All
I'm
right.
not there. I would dig in.
Not for
Yeah.
nothing. This show doesn't need to be sponsored by IKEA every time the camera 15 million detours.
That's what the cool table should look into is an IKEA sponsorship.
That's right. All right, so I got a couple things here. My Black Friday order from TF Source came in, and I got some. They actually individually wrapped the things in the box. It is very crazy. But you know what? I think something's missing. Uh-oh. But maybe that's a different order.
It's probably
But,
stored-
You got a
stored
live
behind you.
unboxing? What do you got there?
We'll never know.
yeah. So anyway, I got some Legend scale cone heads, and I picked up Roxy Rocket from the Batman animated series to finally finish that. Put that
Dude,
to a close.
You know what you should do? You should just call like TF Source. That's who you normally order from is TF Source?
No, they had something on Black Friday, so I had to buy some stuff to get up to free shipping.
You should just have them start shipping shit to you in totes.
Hey, Brian, can you do something? Brian, can you do me a huge favor right now?
Yeah.
Put one of those new items inside a tote live on the air.
Oh, sure. Not a
Take
problem.
his headset off to do this. This is,
We just
this is the
wanna
first
see-
for Enter the Round here.
Yes,
folks.
we want to see tote life in full effect.
I think this may be the first official tote boxing you've ever seen.
Send all your tote boxing videos to entertherealmcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, we
Look
want
at
more
this.
tote boxing.
It's like that. That's
Now
how
put it
it's
on the
done.
shelf.
Dude, what's going in the fucking box?
Just like the Ark of the Covenant, put away forever.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Thanks,
so,
Brian.
So no problem.
Thanks
Hey,
for being-
and actually, the real reason why I ordered from TF Source is because they had that Perskokin shredder on discount, but it wasn't in the box. So I guess I gotta call them and find out what's going on there.
Oh, it's not in the box.
Mm.
All right. Jay Roos, what'd you get?
I got my Autobot logos from that dude on
Nobody knows his name. It's just that dude on TFW.
I'm not gonna say the guy on TFW. I got his name here, but I'm not gonna say it.
Still gotta get one.
Yeah,
Why
him.
don't you send me yours?
I got the one for Omega and I got the one for Jetfire.
That's
So-
same
Yeah.
thing. I got.
I want to get the one for Debbie too.
But you know what? Who cares, right?
Okay.
I have to
I
say,
saw that in a movie. I don't know if you guys.
Yeah, no.
Maybe
Dust, I'll say that you put me onto that guy. It was actually before we were. You had posted on Instagram. I was it before I even knew you guys about the gap fillers for Invisible.
Yes. Oh, it's the same dude.
Same guy.
That's the same dude that did the Bumblebee ones too.
Bumblebee ones too. So I've got both of those from him. Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, it's good seller, man. Good seller.
Funny story. So
Funny story. We have time for funny story.
what else you got there, Sunshine?
Last thing I got was the Blood Angels Codex for Warhammer 40K.
Jay was just mad that his joke didn't go over well.
Is that another choose your own adventure book?
No, this is an actual book that will be used, unlike Adam's.
It's a proper book.
If you'd like to go down the hallway, turn to
I
page
can make the
47.
robot dance.
If you'd like to take the stairs, go to page 49.
Chris, don't front, man. You're about to get your big toe dipped into the 40K world. You were feeling it the other day.
Oh, if he hangs out with you guys long enough, he
Oh
definitely.
yeah.
I just
He's
got
making a whole nother room.
I never go to Adam's house on a Sunday.
I don't think
He
he
was-
was
he-
got to read.
There's
He
only
was
room
like-
for one table in that basement of Chris's, and that's the Springfield table.
That's right. Hey, can we come up with a Springfield game? With
You're only
dice?
20 minutes. You're only 20 minutes away, Chris.
I know,
20
I
minutes
know.
away.
20 minutes away from the rest of my life, I guess. Jay, does that finish you up?
That was it, yes.
Just one. What'd you get?
I got 93% of the fans' toys bugged. and
Someone did you dirty, huh?
and Die Hard. I bought the
And
movie
Die
Die
Hard.
Hard because it was $7.
That's a Christmas movie, right?
Yep, it was.
On the first day of...
And that's it.
All right. Dust mites. What'd you get?
Let's see. Nothing toy wise this week, but I had a little gift in my PO box today from Etchbox. The one and
Who's
only,
Etchbox?
the one and only KJ Sparkles.
KJ Sparkles.
Sent me a little, sent me a little Christmas gift.
That's the name of her company.
It was a Realm of Collectors ornament with our new logo on it and on the back. Booyah! The Dust Mites logo.
That's awesome.
So shout out to KJ, man. Really nice. It's got little snow in there and shit. I already had it on the tree, but I took it off. So
that must have just went out to the high rollers, right?
That's
Of
not
R.O.C.
snow.
That's it.
That's not snow dust. Just
what is it's confetti or
I
something?
need you. No, hey, I just need you to hang on to that for me for a little while.
Yeah, okay, cool, man. Well, shout out to her, man. It was really nice. Thank you very much. I made a special trip to the fucking post office because I have a PO box. This time of year, stay away from the fucking post office. It's
Hey, I had to go to the UPS store to pick some stuff up today. And it was
Jesus.
insane. I mean, you could barely walk. They had so many packages in there you couldn't walk.
Yeah, I spent my lunch hour there, basically, but the gift was well worth the wait. Thank you very much, and please thank your sweetie for me.
I will. Hey, babe.
I already slid up in her DMs, but you know.
Oh, never mind.
Hey, Jisk, what does your hat say?
It says "Run Tings."
Dude, I thought it said Tings. I gotta tell this story. I was on the city bus one time with Troy. It was like one of our favorite pastimes. We used to get on there and and this Jamaican lady got and she pooped in her seat. Like, it smelled terrible. Like, it was so bad. She just looked over at the people next to her and said, "Oh no, I just messed this thing."
Oh man.
Tings. Run Tings.
That's
All right.
funny.
Dust, that wraps you up.
Yeah, that's it for me, man.
All right. Jane.
Low key till the end of the holiday.
What'd you get?
What did I get? I got the DC Collectibles 2-pack Arrow Flash. I got another Black Series TIE Fighter. I got some Mega Block Comic Series Turtles. Play Arts Kai remake game color Cloud. And that's it.
Did you get that at Ross? Your
Yes.
nice. I saw one at Ross. Gosh, it's been about a month ago now.
What they have them at, like $70 or something like that?
Yeah, it was pretty cheap.
So how many do you have now?
5.
That's all. No, just 2.
Not Army building them.
No.
You
Just
don't-
gonna put one in probably on one of the speakers in the media room.
You don't want to run through the house going.
Hey, shout out to Frosted Flakes for the fresh LaCroix.
Oh, is it orange?
No, it's pamplemousse.
Oh, I don't like the pamplemousse.
You can go to hell then.
Flakes.
All right, now go on. Grown ups talking. Hey, go mind
Go
your
grab
business.
the hammer and break through the wall.
You're 3 years away from that kid stepping you. You're gonna have to fight him.
Yeah, it's fine. I can take him.
You got knocked the fuck out.
He's a big kid. His fingers are as long as mine. They're not as thick as mine.
Relax.
Whoa.
I knew Bobby would get involved in that. So.
Beep, beep.
All right.
That's it for me, Chris. What you get?
Oh, hey, thanks for asking. So I got the Marvel Legends Vintage series of carded figures. I got a lot of those. So just leave it at that. But I got those in today. They're pretty cool. And I got a bunch of books. I went to a party this weekend, and they did a gift swap, which was a whole lot of fun. And I got the Justice League art book.
Oh, you fuck.
Hey, listen.
On a coordinated scam.
When you give me, my wife, and my son all a chance at a swap game, we're gonna put our shit together.
And she got an extra ticket too because she was wearing a sweater. So
That's right. She was in a festive. I had on Christmas socks. I didn't push the issue though.
It's not enough.
I know it wasn't a sweater as directed. I didn't have one.
Not enough Christmas flair.
I got actually Raul got me a couple books here. This is the Captain America run from, when is this from? It's got some from like 68, 98. It's got a whole bunch of different Captain America stuff in it. So that was cool. And
These storylines?
yeah. And I haven't actually busted them open yet. And then the Eric Larson run of Spider-Man.
Nice.
I'm going to
That's fucking dope.
So I'm getting my library game up a little bit. Thank you very much, Raul, for those. And I got two Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Cowabunga Carl vans off of Craigslist and assorted places that I will probably repaint at some point for the Crash Box. So that wraps that part of the show up. So I will say we will be going into the land of the spoiler right now.
Are we doing it right now? You want to do the pictures first?
You know, we can do the pictures. I forgot. So
yeah, why don't we just get the pictures out of the way, and then because we're gonna ramble on and fucking forget about everything else.
So we got pictures of basically if you posted a Star Wars picture on Instagram and use the hashtag realm of collectors, you are gonna get featured this week. So let's get into that. I can use the magic of Google to do a screen share.
What?
Here we go. I don't have anything fancy here. We're just rolling straight into it. The first one here is from LCMK2. We have a cool picture of SH Figure Arts Luke Skywalker in his Jedi attire, fending off. Which Hulk is that?
That's Luke.
This is
Avengers.
Luke.
That hair is very dynamic.
Oh yeah, it's super dynamic. I'd almost say it's windswept. It's a really cool picture. Up next is this is one of several from Energon Addict of a trooper from Rogue One. Which one is it, Bobby?
I don't know. Then it's the tank.
The tank dude.
Yeah.
Rain Trooper.
Rain Trooper. With his customized battalion number and stuff on his sleeve there. Nice little BTM. Nice little teaser there. Shout out to BTM. Is that the new sandwich at Subway they're going to be doing in January? That's bacon, tomato.
That was Badass Toys Ministry.
Boinking the
Badass Toys Ministry. I like that.
Put his butt to mouth.
That's
that's ass to mouth.
Can't get cash out of that one.
Well,
pretty cool shot there.
Keeping it PG, yeah, exactly.
John Addict, Star Wars Aholic with a cool picture of Cool Hand Luke with some floating orb action there and lit up lightsaber. Nice picture there.
That photo is cooler than anything that happened in that movie.
Oh boy!
Wow.
Nice.
All
Nice shot
right,
there
it's a
from-
wrap. Just about the bounce.
Star Wars aholic.
Thoughts, and he's out.
He's not lying.
And always to never disappoint us is iconic_toys.
This dude.
With I believe it's a Play Arts Kai Booba. Fighting off.
This looks like it could be a fucking graphic novel cover.
Yeah.
How dope this looks.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's hard to believe that that's a toy in there.
Yeah, it's a really cool picture. Up next is our good buddy Cadimus Prime. Cody does tattoos for a job. With a picture of the Proto Fett outdoorsy shot here. Nice use of the bleak existence they have there in England against the
A lot of trees, a lot of
Black and white
trees, a lot of scary
And no sun
trees.
ever.
no sun ever. Just kidding, guys. I really want to visit England soon. Next is Knight of Ren with a figure arts Han Solo with a cantina background. Pretty cool shot there.
Look at those wrists. Ugh.
So, sorry about the mess.
Sorry about the meth.
I'm sorry about the myth.
Mm.
Meth.
That's what it sounded like you said.
Dude, what if we just threw like a vial of meth at him instead of a coin?
Rotad. Toyman98 brings us is this an Inferno pilot? Is this cat's name? This is the Battlefront guy, right? GameStop exclusive.
Inferno Squad, I think. Right?
Yes.
Bueller.
I can't see any of these.
Really?
Click on Chris's name on the bottom of the.
No. It's the
can't
mask.
see-
It's the mask.
I can't see
Oh,
him.
All right.
It just looks like blurred colors.
Nice job
Some
from
green,
Toyman.
some orange, a little bit of white.
Yeah, there's some fire and a tree and a figure. And another picture from Cody. This is a
I feel like he's like somebody dropped him off on the wrong planet.
yeah.
I was just gonna say it's
No,
like
there's a little bit of frost on the grass. It's starting to
Frost.
snow. It just started.
He's like overdressed trooper.
I was just gonna say he's overdressed for the occasion.
It just started to snow. Give it some time. You're going into battle.
I thought it looked cool though.
Commander, what armor should we wear? It's cold outside.
Just put on the snow gear, boys.
I don't know if it's snow gear, cold, or just like a jacket.
I'm gonna wear this skirt with it anyways.
This dude's in New Jersey right now because
It
it was 7 degrees yesterday. Today was 45.
Yeah, same here.
The Wild Swings. Up next is Energon Addict again with some
Thrusting crotch trooper.
I know, man. That dick on that unit looks.
That shit's swinging like a pendulum.
That dick on that unit. That dick on that unit is wild.
up next is
Oh no! Wait, go back to this. Just look at the. It looks like that dude. Like they got caught doing some shit, and the guy in the back's like, "What the fuck's going on out here?" This guy's like, "Yeah, just look at my dick." that's the posing on that shit's funny.
Not even fucking pictures. Jesus,
my
guys.
God. That's another Energon Addict picture.
Hey,
Hey,
look at-
hard on these.
Automatic one of these
Oh,
spots
that's nice.
this week.
This one was the dopest one. This was the one that I picked when we were gonna do. Just everyone was gonna do their own.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
Yeah, I like
Nice
it.
shot. And that's it. That wraps up the segment. So if you do want to get featured on our weekly show, you can hashtag your pictures with what, J. Ruse?
Well, I mean, hashtag Realm of Collectors, of course.
There you
Oh,
go.
you took away his whole. You took away his whole schmear.
Yeah, I mean, you took away my segment. I was gonna do it. You guys said you weren't gonna do the Star Wars pick, so I picked 5 pictures. But I'll say
Well,
my
were they?
picks.
Let me ask you a question. Were they those 5 pictures?
No, they weren't.
They were
Then how the
different.
hell did
None
you
of those
find?
pictures that you picked were in there.
Nope.
Because we said we were doing
'Cause
Star Wars pictures.
I picked non-Star Wars pictures.
Gravers wasn't there
because-
last week though. He was,
No. I heard the part about the Star Wars pictures. I just picked non-Star Wars pictures
Hey, guess
because I
what?
figured you guys were gonna pick Star Wars pictures, and I picked non-Star Wars pictures, and we come together somewhere in the middle, and
Well, hey,
What?
J. Ruse's pictures will be featured on Instagram and the website. There you go.
Why don't you save him
I mean,
for
we could do them next week for the tape
Can I-
show.
Can I just share one? I want to share one. Just
Okay, fine. Share whatever you want. I don't really
Okay.
care.
I know.
But this is the segment most people fast forward through. So
Yeah, exactly. Especially
This
Bobby.
segment nobody gives a fuck about.
Especially Bobby.
Yeah. Bobby, how long should they fast forward to this?
It's hard to say. It varies week to week. That shit, on my stereo, that shit sounds like, all right, this is the sick. And that wraps it up.
Bob, you need to turn your camera off and
That's a funny photograph.
look at the picture.
That's the picture I want to share. That was gonna lead off my segment, but you guys just stole my thunder. So
you weren't. We decided about 7:30 what direction we were going. Sorry.
Yeah, I was napping.
Anyways,
shout out to group chats.
I was napping.
Shout out to group chat. So there we are with the pictures wrapped up. We will next week be doing something. Next week will be a recorded show. We're recording later this week, so we'll have something special for pictures there. Before we get into Star Wars, Mr. Skullface has some cool stuff happening. I believe on Christmas and New Year's Day. Lay it on.
I just Smoke and Mirrors is coming. The audio is available on Christmas on Google Play and iTunes, and then the video will be on the 1st. And I think most people on this panel make an appearance. And
that teaser was fucking fire, man.
Yeah,
thanks, man. And,
nicely done, man.
It's a I like to do something a little different each year. So this one is it's a little angrier, and it's just like I feel like over the past year I've been exposed to a lot of things like above the fan level, and a lot of it has been very, very ugly, and it's turned me off to a lot of the kind of toy aspect of collecting. And
what if they told you, Bobby, that they didn't mean to turn you on?
Yeah, then they would have been successful.
You should have did a song, ugly. No.
And I think that a lot of the things that I was hoping Smoke and Mirrors would kind of get rolling. I think at this point it might be too late for any of that anyway. But yeah, well, still a point in time. Chris told me put it out early, and he was right.
I remember when you had 5%. I remember when you had 5% of that song done.
Yeah. Dust helped me, and Chris helped me, Tyler, Mickey. A lot of ears were lent to kind of make it the best it could be, which isn't to say that it's the best it could be, but it's the best that I could make it be.
Well, it is. I will say the track is hot, and I think the video came out very well. I helped with some of the.
You did. I like how they all kind of have their own vibe. The moment that I feel like the vibes start repeating is probably the moment that I'll stop doing that. But
yeah,
right now they all kind of have their own little identity, and I like that a lot. And that's it. So the song's available on Christmas, and the video will be available on New Year's.
And so, how would someone get the song on Christmas Day?
Just check out your iTunes if you're an iPhone guy, or your Google Play if you're an Android guy, and that's it. And if you don't use either, you can contact me, and I can sort something out with you. But it's easy. It's easy to use on either one, unless you've drawn some moral line in the sand for one of the companies that have done you wrong somehow that I don't have any concept of.
So the next batch of songs got to be a prequel. You got to go back before you started reviewing.
Oh, is this Rogue One? Is this your Rogue One, Bob?
I don't know. This might be my last Jedi. I'll have to wait and see.
All right. One more thing I wanted to cover real quick before we get into this. We do, as of this is Monday, we will have the polls up in the Realm Collectors Facebook group for the year-end awards for one more day. So they will come down tomorrow because I have to put all that together for. We're going to try to record Wednesday for the show that'll come out on Christmas Day. So get your votes in. I know there's a wrench thrown in the works over the weekend with a different movie, and I bumped all the polls on I believe Friday, and a lot of people I think voted that hadn't voted the first time. So a lot of good traffic. Thanks for everybody that's participated so far.
And everyone who voted for TFC Loudkaiser for Worst Combiner of the Year, I just want to remind you that it came out in 2016. I know it's that bad, but 2 years
so
in a row,
bad.
all right.
It's drug again.
The best part about this, it's the community. The community is speaking, and we're going to go from what the community wants us. voting on and what they feel. So get
Yeah,
out
we
there,
did.
and vote
Even
on
if
these.
they're morons.
Yeah, it's not.
That's
It's you know we're of course we're gonna say what we feel, but it's basically a way to get the community's feelings out there.
Even if they're a special kind of idiot.
Yeah, even though you guys are fucking out of your fucking gourds, but you know.
Oh, you should have put best bot to put in the detail. For 2017.
Yeah. We could have gone. We probably could have done a bunch more categories, but for the sake of time, for several different reasons, I think it's about 10 categories. So
drop into the Facebook group and vote.
Shout out to Matt shelves. They're starting to look better.
Yeah, they are.
got some lights.
Yeah,
Yeah.
got some
Matt
lights.
had-
Spaced them out a bit. Put some bigger boys in there.
Me and Matt had some conversations about lights, and I think he ended up in a pretty good place. So,
Yeah.
All right, the time has come. Hey, while you're watching, there's 52 of you watching. Get that titty out and smack that like button
Yeah, before you bounce, smack that
Before you
fucking
leave.
smack that like button, man. Just smack it down
before you leave. So
before you bounce out. So now we're gonna go into spoiler town.
yeah, we're gonna get slide into it. But first thing we're gonna do is go down the panel here, and of course we're talking about Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Came out on Thursday. Spoiler heavy here, folks.
Wait, let's give him 10 seconds.
Well, now hang on. We're just going to give our numbers up front, so they
All
got
right.
know
All right.
what's coming.
Really
So
wanna hear our numbers.
so this is what we've decided. When I say we, I mean Bobby. We're going to give our 1 through 10 as far as our feelings on the film, and then where it places in the.
I didn't even think about that one.
in all the Star Wars movies, where you put it as far as 1 through, was it 9? I guess
Too much.
Yeah,
I need 3 days to do that one.
Yeah. So Adam, you're first.
Hated it. I give it a 5, maybe,
Yes.
and it's the worst. It's the worst Star Wars movie.
And we're not allowed to use 7, right?
No, you can.
Oh, okay.
I was just joking.
Is anybody writing these down, Jisk? Are you writing them down?
Oh, I can.
Yeah, write them down. And so you place it
He said 5.
5, and then last.
No,
Okay.
give it a 5 out of 10.
See,
5 out of 10.
I thought you would like some of the stuff that was in there, bro.
I didn't say I didn't like some of this
He
stuff.
said he liked about
All right,
half
we'll
of
get
it.
it to it.
So
We'll get
5 out of 10.
We'll get into this. There's
it's
just
the worst. Oh, go ahead. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
it's definitely the worst in my mind as a whole movie. Beautifully shot. It looks pretty. Well, I'll get into that, but yeah, I think it's the worst. I think it's
All right.
the worst.
Bobby, where are you at?
I give it an 8.
Okay.
Whoa.
And where is it amongst your Star
So
Wars?
my list is 5, 4, 8, 6, 3, 7, 2, 1.
So third best.
Yeah, and I only put the 4th ahead of it because it's the first.
I'm pretty sure somebody fucking switched your vape with some weed, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
All
Or he
right.
saw a different movie.
Brink, where are you at on it?
I'm at a. Can we do halvesies? Because I want to do.
Yeah, you can do
6.5.
0.5.
We could do that.
I'm at 6.5. It's not that I didn't like the movie, but it's not a good movie.
And you saw it twice in the theater, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
And ranked all the way through all of the movies, it's 8.
So it's the worst.
Correct.
It's
Well,
worse than episode 1.
Yeah,
episode 1 had Obi-Wan in it.
You're
And-
right.
Darth Maul.
And
Dude, I
Yeah.
can't think where I'm gonna
Qui-Gon.
fucking put this, man. I'm trying to think.
All right. J. Ruse.
I give it a 6, and I place it. I don't know. I'm tossed between 7th and 8th. I don't know what was worse, first movie or this one.
We could just call it the worst.
The first one. What first one?
Episode 1.
Episode 1.
Oh. Misa, don't think you know what you're talking about,
Dude.
there, Goose. Misa
All right,
thinking you
well,
need WD-40 for your chair.
Misa knowing that.
Misa, no one put the
Lhasa
WD-40
Nazca.
in your
Okay,
chair.
we're off the rails here. Jisk.
Oh
is
no,
your
okay,
turn.
yeah, that reminded me. It's 7th.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
7th.
Yeah, 7th.
All right. I gave it a 4 out of 10. And it is the worst Star Wars movie I've ever seen.
Oh my God, 4.
Yeah, 4.
You've been drinking that dust
Hate
sauce.
everything.
Hey,
man.
Jisk, I tip my hat to you because I wasn't brave enough to give it a 4.
Oh,
Thank you.
dude.
But thank you.
The hate is strong with you.
Dust, where do you place it?
Well, my score is easily 7.58.
Really?
kind of in between, and that's me saying that.
I know, right?
Where I will place it, I did not give it enough. I can't think about where I want to put it right now.
That's fine.
That's what she
So, yeah, exactly. Rep your ass, but yeah.
That's it then. So
No, I'm not saying I loved it, but that's the score I'm going to give it.
You loved it more than we did.
For the stuff that hit me in the right way.
yeah.
I'll overlook the
But
bullshit.
there's just so many things that didn't hit me. the
We'll
right
get it.
way.
We'll get to it.
James,
Dust, did you get all the feels on this or something?
hang
Dude,
on.
I cried two times.
Let's
Oh.
get through
I
this here.
literally fucking cried. I teared up twice.
I feel you on
James,
that.
where you at on it?
I give it a 5.
And where do you rank it?
Last.
Yeah.
I know. I knew.
God,
I knew you'd be there with us.
Wow. I really thought I'd be coming on here as a minority.
Chris, where
I'm
you at?
shocked.
I'm the only minority allowed here.
So I was.
And even that's a stretch.
And hey, listen, if he's not on here, we have 2 more.
He's
backup
an
moderators,
Uncle
so-
Juan.
He meant he was the only minority that plays 40K.
You heard of the term, you heard of the Uncle Tom turn, but he's the Uncle Juan.
That's right.
Oh god, this is so bad. I initially probably gave it a higher score, but after simmering on it, I'm gonna give it a 6.
Thank you.
And I will place it.
You were waving the flag 2 days ago.
I was, man. And the more I thought about it,
It's not good. It's not good.
Dust. I'm there with you in putting it in a place, but
It was better than
I
Force
still
Awakens
listen.
in
It's
my
still a
mind.
Star Wars movie, and I still enjoyed it. But it's probably I'd probably put it at 6 or 7.
See, you know what? I did not get the feels like I did in Force Awakens, like I did this. Force Awakens did make me cry.
But
It made
what
me cringe.
Yeah, Chris, I thought you'd have a higher ranking. I
But
remember.
you know what also makes me cry sometimes? When I
Pork?
slam my toe into the side of the bed. That makes me cry. So, if that's your litmus test, there's an issue there.
Dude, I hate slamming my toe into things.
Dude, I love it.
What's your favorite?
All right.
All right,
There's the score.
so-
There's the scores. So we can go from there, I guess.
So, Jisk, what's our mathematico there?
Give me 1 second.
Are you doing an average?
He's using his fingers, his toes. He got his kids' toes.
Our average is a 54, so a 5.4 would be the average.
That's almost the exact audience score on
Yeah.
Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, it is. It's
Yeah.
53.
No, apparently it was hacked by Russians, so it's not accurate.
Fake news.
Yes.
Hey, real quick, anybody in the chat, throw up your fucking scores. Let's see what's up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they've been doing
They've
it.
been doing it.
Oh,
Busy
yeah.
chat tonight. We got
Still-
60 people watching right now, which is
Wow,
crazy.
nobody bounced, huh?
Still have
Nobody
60.
bounced.
Well, people did their job this weekend.
That's right. They watched the movie. So let's get into pros and cons. Well, let's start out with the comedy. It was heavy on the comedy,
Yeah.
especially at the opening of the movie.
Oh, God, it was terrible.
I don't have anything. I'm not reading a script. I'm not going off anything. We're just going to have a fucking conversation. So
Yeah, that's
have
it.
at it, guys.
Yeah, the,
I-
comedy, the comedy is heavy. It's especially heavy in the first act in comparison to the second and third. And I don't care for a lot of comedy in the first act. That's not to say I hate all of it. But I don't care for a lot of it.
It's not the comedy, it's the type of comedy.
Exactly. It's
You know, like
it's too modern.
No,
Star
I
Wars
think
modern, yeah.
the
Star
comedy was
Wars-
consistent. Even the climax last scene posed like, oh, my foot's going through this spaceship.
Dude, I
Yeah.
fucking hated that.
Star Wars always had
I disagree. I disagree that that's the same type of comedy. Like I like that. Like that works for me. Like they're in this junk ass shit from like the days of the rebellion.
Yeah.
Like that works for me as opposed to like Hux is this your mom or whatever.
Yeah,
I'm going to tell you that as soon as I heard that joke, I'm like, this
Yeah.
movie is a 2.
I threw my,
And
I
it
threw my
fucking worked
hands
its
up.
way up to a 4.
Yeah,
threw my hand-
That was a big turn off for me as well.
and like I said, like there's always been comedy in these movies.
I
It worked, but the comedy that they're trying to do is modern Earth comedy,
agree.
Yep.
2018 or 2017.
Mhm.
It's not the
It's pop-
comedy that
It's like
you would
pop culture
think.
comedy.
Yeah, and Dusty,
Exactly.
you mentioned the word try, dude. I think they were just trying too hard to be funny.
Yep. You know what? Why don't you throw a fucking cell phone in their hands and let them take selfies?
But that's not to say that I disliked all the comedy, because like I love when she like reached out and he had like the little fucking leaf and he's like, you feel that?
No, that
Yeah,
really?
Yeah.
Dude, I love
That kind of
Oh my
that was very reminiscent to like old school Shaolin Temple videos. The old
no, that
Made
karate,
him kind of crazy
karate,
like Yoda from it.
you know?
exactly. That's exactly what I thought of. That's
Dude,
exactly what I thought of.
Is that what you said? Is a throwback to Saturday Night Live skit I saw last weekend? That's what it looked like to me.
It was the dumb fucking yuck shit, the Poe comedy. I wasn't even mad at the fact that when Luke threw the saber behind his fucking his shoulder.
I almost walked out of the theater when he did that because
Really?
it started with the Poe thing, and then when he did that, all right. So think about this: it's his father's lightsaber, right? His father's lightsaber has sentimental value, right? And then he himself trained with that lightsaber
It had
for however many years,
He didn't give a fuck. He
and
don't
then
Yeah,
he just
all right.
takes it and just fucking throws it, or like
he don't give a
over
fuck
cliff.
I know, but
anymore.
listen,
Whatever. Who the
There's
fuck
better
you?
ways to show, like, he didn't have to just fucking toss it in the back, like, just like in the back of his shoulder. I just want to hear.
Nah,
It was
Like, he
fucking
could have just fucking threw it on the ground straight
See,
up.
but
Like,
let me
he
tell you
didn't
what
have to be
I like
yeah.
that, because it's like for 2 years people were like, oh, what is he gonna do? And he
Yeah.
finally grabs the lightsaber, and it's like, you know what he's gonna do? He's gonna toss it because he's
Yeah.
done.
That-
He
Yeah,
really,
and then
he
at that
really
point in time,
wanted
it
all to
changes.
go away.
That's what made me laugh.
Force Awakens.
Yeah,
The Force Awakens, that whole scene, that whole contemplating, that whole constipated look that Luke has there, it means nothing.
No, because
It
it's not
means
about
nothing.
the saber.
It's kind of like
it's about how did you find me?
Kind of
Why are
a
you
ha ha
here?
ha to you fucking assholes that thought there was more meaning to it.
But here's
Yeah, that's
what I
right,
gotta
because
say.
nothing has meaning anymore.
It's
all
it's
meaningless.
okay.
I think
Let it die.
I think
Kill
Bill
it.
has meaning in this movie
Let it
than he
die.
has in any of the other ones.
All
Like,
right,
I think it's okay. I hear what you're saying, Bobby, and it's okay. It's just how they did it. Like, the gesture to me is dumb. You know what
I
I mean?
understand.
Like,
I understand.
I
I
think
understand that perspective of saying instead of like just holding it and giving back to her, like, I have no need for this.
he could have just thrown.
Right.
He could have just dropped it. Would have been
Right.
more impactful.
Right. It's the toss over the shoulder that's
Right.
a little like cereal.
It's
Yeah,
a little over the top. Yeah.
No, I get it. I get it.
it wasn't as bad as I'm holding for hooks.
I agree with that too. But I
You know,
I
there's
like
so-
the idea that he was done. That he's done.
Yeah. I like that's what fucking great. Like
Yeah.
everybody was waiting for that fucking one fucking spot. They holding it. It's the end. I hope it starts off there. It's starting off there, and he's like, "Yeah, fuck you."
I think Luke in this movie is a big point of contention for people because it's not what they think Luke should be. But sorry,
Yep.
it's not what he is.
It's not
Like,
what Mark
it's
Hamill
Luke.
thought Luke should be either.
It's not what Mark Hamill thought.
It's a
Luke should
broken
be
Luke.
initially.
And also too, I mean, he's on this island by himself. No one can find this place. Wouldn't his first question be like,
Right,
"What?
he's not by himself.
How did you
There's
get
plenty of going on.
Yeah, there's
caretaker
the space cow, foreskin, monster face, blue milk titty ball creature.
Yes, milk.
And the fucking
Hey!
Because we've never seen crazy creatures in Star
and
Wars.
the fish nuns, right?
Yeah, the nursemaid.
They were okay.
Caretakers.
Yeah.
Was it the porgs that happened right after he threw the lightsaber? We saw them.
Yeah, they were on the lightsaber.
Yeah,
gotta say-
but that was the scene afterwards.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that scene. They're trying to
So
turn
that
it on.
probably
I love that.
took
That-
it away.
that-
Of course.
When they introduced the porgs, I thought they were going to be like another Ewok thing. They're going
I
to
did too.
interact and be like, sentient, intelligent beings or somewhat intelligent beings. But I really liked the way they went with it. It was just for the kids. It's just to sell the merchandise. I'm okay with that.
And it's also, most importantly, it was to fucking cover up all the birds that live on that goddamn island in real life.
Who gives a shit that they're
Think
real
so?
birds?
Oh, there's birds in the shot. All
Dude,
right,
like,
we'll create some birds.
because like they shot during nesting season, so the fucking place was smothered in them. Like they've talked about it. They've been open about it. Like,
Yeah, but that's
we didn't know what to do. Like it
It was
looked
kind of like an inside joke.
it looked too. It looked like too much like it was in somebody's backyard, somebody's bird infested backyard.
But you didn't have to have them screaming every time you saw Chewie. now I don't hear the Chewbacca sound. I hear the pork sound when I see that dude's
Everywhere,
face.
bro.
Every fucking time.
Anytime there was a cutscene back to the island, you heard.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, but I mean, like, they live on the island, and there's a lot of them. I get that.
Yeah, man.
That doesn't bother me.
I like the porks. Like that comedy's cool.
I want to say too that like conceptually, for this movie was okay. Like for a lot of the concepts, it's just the way the movie was made and the jokes are what ruined it for me.
Yeah. I absolutely, I agree. The
I wasn't
comedy
crazy about a lot of the jokes either.
too much. It was too much. It was not what it should have been.
Yeah, the jokes.
Star Wars always had those jokes, but they were like subtle. It was an eye movement
And quick.
or a head nod or a stupid little quick saying.
Yeah. To
Me
me,
was focused on a specific type of character.
yeah.
Like
Exactly.
the droids were goofy and funny because they're droids.
Well, I
The
mean,
Jawas are goofy and funny because they're Jawa. The Jar Jar is goofy, it's a funny
Well, that-
species.
There's also like,
that's when
we're
shit
fine,
started
we're all
going off the
fine
rails.
here. How are you? Like, it's
Yeah.
just, but it's the same. That's the same type of humor.
Yeah, but that's also out of the 77. That's also out of 77. It's
True.
but
But what I'm saying is-
temporal relativity in regards to how movies are made and the audience you're making them for.
And I think if
Right.
Hux would have
Adam,
done it just
you're
one
totally
time,
right.
instead of like if Poe would have done it with Hux just once, instead of like 4
Right.
or 5 times.
I think he's fooling you, sir. Yeah.
Right.
it's-
Then I don't think it would have been such a big deal. But it was the fact that they lingered on it for fucking 5 minutes that made it feel obnoxious.
Off
Yeah,
the
and-
comedy, but that first scene fucking feels the dreadnought coming in, the fucking big ship coming in, the bombers, the whole
That was
World
awesome.
War
I
II
mean, that was
type
cool.
feel. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Incredible.
Yeah, and I just want to say that the comedy for me isn't why I gave it the low score. I have issues with the story.
Hey, we're talking about the incredible first fucking scene.
Yeah, well, you changed the subject. We weren't done yet.
We were just going on a comedy too.
It had some good. I mean, it had a lot of good space battles.
Yeah. Hey,
It was like
one,
the first scene was like an ending battle.
yeah, one more thing on
Yeah.
on the comedy. For those of you who saw it in the theater, like mine was erupting in laughter over every little thing,
Oh,
Mhm.
dude.
and that really bugged me. But when
Well,
I saw it
that's
the
the point.
second time, the audience was just like slight giggles here and there, and when that happened, all those little jokes really didn't bother me that much.
It was the people.
I think you bring up a good point, Brian, and this is the most crowded theater. We went. There was a large group. The cool table was in mass. There was
Squad deep.
19 of us that went.
21 total.
21 total. Excuse me.
Dang.
We just went from
One bin of popcorn.
we just went from present to tipsy, but nonetheless, that was the most crowded theater I've probably been in 10 years, even on premiere night. So, saying that to say, I think the audience reaction has a lot to do with the way you interpret a movie.
Yeah.
If you guys went, on a Monday like today, for example, Jisk, you went today. I know how many people were in the theater.
It was pretty full. It's like 3/4 of the way full, surprisingly. And I went
Really?
at like 12 o'clock.
Okay.
And people laugh like I do. I am a person that like hates. I don't mind people laughing in a movie, but I hate it when fucking people clap in a movie. I can't stand it.
You would
So-
hated the theater we were in.
But they all do it, so it's just I don't know. So
When I went on Friday, it was in the middle.
Can't stand clapping, tagging. Okay, no big deal.
Friday was in the middle of a snowstorm. It was 5 p.m. in the middle of a snowstorm on Friday, and I snuck in there. There's like 20 of us in there, so I got a good show.
Yeah, I mean, like
Nice.
like the theater we were in had like it was applause throughout the.
Yeah, I
whole-
mean, it was good energy in the start. Everybody's happy.
good energy at the end too.
I appreciated that for sure.
I mean, it may not have been good energy in your seat, but I mean, people were clapping at the end of it. That's another thing about this movie is like kind of like Dust said. Like it took me I laughed, I welled up, I cheered, I went through like an emotional ride with
Everywhere.
The character.
I was disgusted. I was everywhere.
I had a reaction, and I don't know. I could go on like
there was crying. It was a 6-year-old child inside of me watching all his dreams die.
and you know what? And I think that's what I like about it most. Like, fuck your childhood. Like really,
yeah.
seriously. Like this.
We're gonna do it this way now.
Like this movie has challenged me as a Star Wars fan, and like I've been having this conversation a lot. Like I don't feel like I've been challenged by Star Wars really ever. Like everything has been very palatable, and it's to an extreme. The Force Awakens, where it gave you exactly what they thought you wanted, and this has made me reconsider what I want, who these characters are. It's brought something new to the table, and I'm just refreshed to have a new perspective.
Well, just because it challenged you doesn't mean it's good.
No,
Climbing Mount Everest is challenging.
No, if I say
it
it's
might be very
challenging,
hazardous.
If I say it's challenging and I enjoy it, then it is good. If I'm saying that I'm enjoying the challenge, then thus I am saying that it is good to me.
So who?
How many times am I telling this one?
How many?
Yeah, that's kind of your go-to, isn't it?
How many of you disliked
You're
the
still
movie?
waiting for Superman to be inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Just for the record, you're bringing up DC. Not me.
Because I think it's an issue.
Oh my god.
I think it's an issue.
Dude, if you have to find DC comic movies to justify the strength of this movie, tells me you don't believe in the strength of this movie.
No. I think that it's funny that you think BVS is this brilliantly made production, and then when anything else comes out that's beloved, then it's a turnoff. Infinity War, trash. Rogue One.
I never said Infinity War was trash. I just wasn't really happy with the trailer.
Hey guys, this is the point where we sit back and we listen.
Yeah. Where's that mute button?
But I mean, it's not like I am in the minority in regards to this. You know, even in this room right here that we're on, 5.4.
Yeah, I think me and Bobby
So
give it a higher, regard.
Yeah. So regardless, so what I like about BVS or what I like about Justice League or what I like about the movie Hook with Robin Williams has got nothing to do with the train wreck of this film. I don't, and to point to that is just attacking me as a person and not letting the laurels of the film stand for itself.
It's not attacking you as a person. It's attacking the objectivity and subjectivity of your opinion.
Well, all right. Well, then let's go to subjectivity. You said months ago it doesn't matter if it's trash. I'm still Star Wars.
What did I say? Oh, of course.
Yeah. So I mean, so your subjectivity is less subjective than our subjectivity.
I like it.
Okay, it's fine.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why I'm a Patreon subscriber to Nerd Rage Radio, where you can hear this kind of heated conversation every week.
Well, I mean, the first space battle was good, and there are people that are bitching about stupid stuff like there's no gravity in space with the bombs or whatever. I mean, the bombs can be magnetic. The dreadnought can have its own gravitational field. I think that's kind of petty, and I don't want to get on the petty stuff, you know. And that
was
first
there, man. The feel was there.
The first space battle was good. The only part that I don't like about it is like with this movie, my big issue with everything in this movie is I see things that I love, but the price of admission is not worth the payoff conceptually. You know, like I see that when we go to the hyperspace, the hyperspace kill shot of the fleet, like the One Punch Man scene, it looks awesome. It's maybe the most visually stunning scene that I've seen in a movie that I can remember. I don't remember anything as visually stunning as that black and white, multiple angles of like all that fleet just devastated. But conceptually, how they got there just breaks the laws of Star Wars. You know, when you build a world, you have to apply these certain rules, and if these rules get violated, it violates the foundation of everything else that's built upon that. And that's my issue with this film. It's a storytelling conceptual issue. And I know people are going to get like, oh man, you just enjoy just a movie, just enjoy it. It's like, well, it's the same. That's the same. You can see the same thing about Transformers. I feel that they transformed it. You know, like nothing matters anymore, nothing's sacred, and they just do whatever. Everything is just show, and then we should just love it just because it's a property that we enjoy. And I think that's bullshit.
But what else?
I can totally respect
what else aside from the hyperspace was sacred ground that they desecrated?
Midichlorians.
I think Luke, and I think Yoda. I think that
midichlorian dates back to 77. That's a fact.
I'm not talking about midichlorians. Yeah. I think that there's a concept in there that that nothing matters. There's an underlying philosophical issue. Like, all right, so Star Wars came out of 77. It came out of the 70s of this very nihilistic type thing that nothing matters. But Star Wars matters. There's good, there's evil, there's hope. You know, it's a new hope. It's challenging that things value and that somebody can come in there and be, they can come in and change the galaxy for the better. And this film kind of leaves me feeling like nothing matters.
I feel like Luke
burn it down. It is a very
in this movie.
What's that?
I feel like Luke did just that in this movie.
Luke did
reinstored hope in this galaxy.
I think that I agree that Luke. I agree that Luke has established the legend. Like Luke's sacrifice does symbolize this legend. You know, that is a silver lining in this cloud. I will agree upon, but it's just like again, the price of admission is not worth it. Like the legend act of watching Luke fucking Skywalker just give up, go to die on some island, molesting some kind of sea foreskin face monster for his blue milk, and then project himself across the galaxy, which again is is conceptually cool, but it just doesn't add up. Like so many parts of this movie just don't work.
Sea monster. Why didn't he just get in the X-wing and fly there and do it personally?
Or just project a short distance to Chewie and be like, hey man, come back and pick me up.
Yeah,
you're in the Falcon. It's the fastest ship out there. It'll get us there. It'll get us here.
Because he wouldn't have survived it. Like I think that's key. Like I think
we don't know that because they fundamentally broken
heroic shit that Luke Skywalker has ever done.
I disagree with you, and I think Ryan Johnson disagreed. I think Ryan Johnson, who wrote it, disagreed with you because he even said Luke is not important. His hero arc ended in Jedi. Those are Ryan Johnson's own words.
He's also said that his sacrifice brings back hope to the galaxy.
And
that is by definition heroism.
Well, you think that's how they tied it up with that last scene with the kids that had the Jedi powers with the ring and all that, saying like it's not done?
I think that
it just means it's not a Skywalker tale anymore.
I think that Luke touching back with the Force is what is re-inspiring the Force in the galaxy.
Yeah, but don't you think Ryan Johnson jumped the gun? This is basically episode 9 stuff.
We call it jump the shark here.
Not jump the shark. No, this is.
I agree. Like if this was episode 9, it would be, you would hear different things coming from it right now. But it's not. It's episode 8, and we've waited. Dude, we've waited like 30 years to see Luke Skywalker do some Luke Skywalker Jedi shit. And I'm not saying that he didn't do any Jedi shit, but he did get smacked in the back of the head by Rey with a stick.
So wait, so we waited 30 years. We waited 30 years. We've read books, like books and books and books about him doing Jedi shit, and we just wanted to see it.
In this universe, man.
Yeah, they do, and we just wanted to see it, and we wanted to see it.
Like see, like that's a problem that I have because I love the EU also.
Yeah,
but
I just got to put it down.
Do that.
He closed himself from the Force too. So what does he really have?
Mm-hmm.
Would he notice that Rey's going to hit him on the back of the head?
Yeah, I was just saying.
I also like the fact that he came over with Rey and
but didn't he just? But didn't use the Force to? He did use the Force to explode the temple right there.
I think that was
afterwards.
No, that was before Rey hit him on the head. Yeah,
that was
he walked in there and he saw the finger sex with Kylo and Rey.
No, I don't think that was him. I think it was the clash of all of it together, of the energy of it all.
No, that was him. That was him. He reignited himself with the Force when he went to touch that rock by himself. Or
no, we're
point.
talking.
But I also learned what the Jedi truly
time, the FaceTime with Rey and fucking Kylo there in the little hut.
What'd you say, James?
Well, I just think that when he had the little conversation with Rey in the temple, the grounds, whatever, that he came to the realization that the Jedi were not what they seemed to be. It was a farce. And how would you take that if you're the last Jedi also? And all of this.
Yeah, and there's small scenes like those are.
And he failed too with Ben. Closed himself off, and they did all this other stuff. I mean, I don't know. I like what they did with Luke. I'm kind of got the chills when I saw him take on, when he got there in his little, astral or whatever projection at the planet. It just reminded me of the Dark Empire from Dark Horse.
Yeah,
badass.
Dude,
and it was pretty badass. Yeah, when he was taking all that AT-AT fire, right? When every fucking thing was shooting at him, and you're like, holy shit!
And even the
he
humor
fucking
when he brushed
deflected all
off the
that.
little dust.
Yeah, you're like, holy
Right.
shit! That's fucking that's the
But
Jedi.
he knew he wasn't there because he didn't have the same look. I mean, when he came in,
he had Anakin's lightsaber that was destroyed the scene before.
I got to see Luke Skywalker walk out and face an entire army. Like,
but you didn't though.
No, you didn't.
That's the thing, is that like that story has all like that story.
You saw a super Jedi mind trick.
Is going to become legend. Like that's the thing, is like he thought he was a legend for what he had kind of not even done in the past. But it's this shit. It's taken on the whole army by himself, single-handed. That's the legend. That's why you see, like in my mind, like that's why you see kids playing as Luke Skywalker at the end of it. That's what's re-inspired the entire hope in the galaxy. It's that same tradition continuing through, and it's for the first time Luke is solely responsible.
Let me spin it this way, though. See, this is what I think. I think that's the illusion. I think that there really is no more First Order, and there really is no more rebellion. They're practically, they've eviscerated themselves, right? Yeah, and so what's left is this, and they've kind of hinted at it, like the evil rich people and whatever, and that it's just they're selling weapons to the First Order, they're selling the same weapons to the Resistance and everything, and that's nothing matters. These two entities don't matter. You know, nothing matters. And they basically beat each other to a bloody pulp. The rest of the galaxy is going to go on, while this sad little conflict, this sad little family conflict, because that's what it is now. Now it's Leia versus Kylo. This sad little family drama. The McCoys versus the Hatfields. The Hatfields and the McCoys in West Virginia in the bumfuck area of the galaxy is going to finish their little fight while the rest of the people watch their races between their giraffe, deer, cat creatures.
I think it's be less that now. And I think the First Order is in more position of power than they've ever been.
So guys, let's.
Yeah, but
the Resistance is on the Millennium Falcon.
I know. Yeah. And the First Order was in like half a dozen AT-ATs.
Let's shift gears for a minute. Just so there's a couple things, I guess, things I had heard that I was looking forward to that I was disappointed by or I was excited by, and I'll start here, and I'm sure you guys have one too. So I had heard probably from Nerd Rage Radio that there was a casino scene. Right, you guys had just mentioned that.
You said that.
I was super disappointed by the appearance of the casino.
I was too.
Yeah, I did not think we needed to go to Monte Carlo. But that's what it felt. It felt like a Bond movie. I mean, I was expecting you want to buy some death sticks?
But you know what? It was better than having another Mos Eisley that we've seen 100 times over.
It needed to look the way it did just because it pushed the point of they're selling the weapons to both sides.
Yeah, the arms deal
coin.
both sides. Yeah.
Well, maybe I said that the wrong way. I guess I was looking to look more like Coruscant did in its prime.
We've seen that.
I know we've seen that, and I fucking love that.
And I do too, but we have that. Like we got I'm with you in the sense that I wanted more from the casino scene also, but I'm not happy. I'm not unhappy that it was different. Like
I wanted to see Lando in that casino.
But you know what? I've thought about that too. I don't know if I want Lando mixed up with them at this point.
That's where I thought they were going when they're like, "There's only one person." I was like, "It's going to be Lando."
Yeah, and that's where my hope was too.
I thought he was going to be it too.
And like, what else was stupid? Why are they fucking talking to Maz when she's in the middle?
I don't like that either.
Let's talk about this.
You want to talk about that?
Where did Maz come from?
I don't like that either. I don't like that she just finished up.
Well, there's a little camera that's following around on her face.
Yeah,
she's fighting this monster.
And that she's dealing with it.
She just got out of the fucking cryo fucking tank.
I think it was like a little nod to the prequels.
Yeah.
But I didn't need it.
And this thing happened like a few hours after they decimated her castle, and all of a sudden she's in frame.
It seemed like
that was it.
And they talked.
That was another issue for me that nobody really realizes. It's been 2 years in our mind. Like like Kylo and Rey are, having finger sex, like literally 36 hours, maybe 48 hours after he was torturing her.
Yeah.
And
That's
now
why
she's crying for him. I mean, it's like it's less than a week, because the whole movie takes place in like 18 hours.
No, it's longer than that. I mean, it's a 27-hour cycle on Octu, and we go day and night a few times.
Wow,
yeah, Adam, it's all about perspective.
Bobby,
right? The fleet is 18 hours.
Fleet battle. The fleet battle start. We see the fleet battle before we go to Rey on Octoon, right?
Octoon.
It's the fleet battle at whatever Octoon, baby, and then that at one point it's like 18 hours. So when Finn and Rose get off and start going to the planet, it's 18 hours. So I don't know what the whatever maybe there's because they're going next to light of speed and you get that relativity time delay or whatever. I'm fine with that.
And we don't know the time difference between when like the bombardment actually starts and when the story with Rey and Luke actually starts.
To be honest, they shouldn't have used hours for that 18 marker. They should have just made something up.
Yeah, but it's a short period of time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a short ass period of time.
The period of time between the ships and and then the crate is a short period of time, but we don't know the period of time that the Jedi training is all taking place.
Yeah.
And corresponding to that.
Oh, but listen, man, when Rose and Finn leave, they have 18 hours until it's done, right? That happened. That's in the second act. So even if you add a day before that, she's still being tortured by Kylo within the same week at the most.
Yes.
And that does not make sense.
It's not her initial. It's not like that's their initial thing. Like the initial thing is like, like they had that spat at first when they first.
I hear you. I get that, but it's just very.
And she's trying to find herself.
It's very forced.
So we all hate the conflict, right?
I didn't feel like that was.
I didn't hate the conflict. Like it was written, like their chemistry and everything was written well. I'm okay with that how it was. What I'm saying is when you just oppose it with The Force Awakens, it just happened, and you think about it in totality, it just starts to break down. That's my big issue.
It doesn't break down to me when they're like arguing at first, when they still hate each other at first. And then from being exposed to different aspects while you're trying to figure out what it is that you're doing, why you're doing it, it doesn't bother me as much.
Yeah, there was definitely a good progression with their conversations. Adam, I know he was torturing her and stuff, but dude, she was on that island. She thought she was gonna get answers, and when she didn't see anything in the mirror,
for something.
I mean, the next time she talked to Kylo, she said she felt alone and Luke's being a dick.
Yeah, I mean, I guess once you fall into the magic dark side butthole, that does change.
I was
your perspective.
She wasn't getting any answers from Luke either. She was alone.
She had to get dirty, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, and Kylo was pimping her out, man.
Yeah, but even that, I mean, I'm not even on the Octoon level. By the time they had their fight together and they're both like crying. You know what I mean? Like it's just like that bond. I mean, I can understand a bond for convenience or for survival, but that emotional bond, I just don't think. Not that it wasn't well acted, and not that the chemistry was there. I'm saying that was good, but I'm saying it's a little much conceptually to earn that kind of emotional draw, and especially if Snoke was instigating it, like Snoke was manipulating them, and then he was dead. Then I'm kind of like,
well, I think,
it's like the damage had already been done. Go ahead, Joseph.
Well, Adam, don't you think a brother and sister would have this kind of bond?
Yeah, that's. I do feel like they are setting it up for that. I do feel like they're setting it up to be. They've made a ton of references to set it up for them to be brother and sister.
Hey,
they were almost gonna fuck. You know what I mean? I'm just kidding about it.
Hey, while we're on those scenes, shout out to Adam Driver for pulling off that shirtless scene. That dude's fucking jacked, and who knew?
I heard
crazy high.
I didn't get that feeling from that at all, but thanks, Chris.
His space pants were like up to his nipples.
Yeah,
I saw that and immediately thought of the Saturday Night Live sketch.
Space pants.
I heard Kylo Ren is shredded.
Yeah, a lot of people have made that comparison.
I'm sorry about. They're trying to set up for you to force the brother and sister thing on you, but yet there's something. Snoke was the one that put them together. So like they showed us this, and we're thinking, oh yeah, they're connecting because they're brother and sister.
I think Snoke is
Ryan Johnson has come. No,
Did that.
Ryan Johnson has come out and said recently that no, her parents are junkers on Jakku.
That's not what he said at all. That's not what he said.
Yes, it is. And he said that.
No, it's not, Adam.
Oh my
No,
God.
He said. He says, I have no idea what they're going to do for episode 9. I can't talk about it.
That's
But
what
I
I'm saying.
know that a lot of things in these movies comes down to point of view. In my mind, when he said it, he believed it.
The point of view. Yep.
That's what he said.
But at this point, who cares what Ryan
No,
Johnson?
there's something else that he said, and I'm gonna find it.
Well, he
from my
wants,
point
he
of
wants
view,
her to
the
beat
Jedi are
nobody.
evil.
He wants her to beat nobody, but he honestly, it's not. It's out of his hands at this point.
So,
Because
all right.
she cannot be nobody, because the way he was drilling into her mind, you're a nobody. Your parents trade you off for fucking drinks.
I think it could go either way.
Him
Dude,
being,
the lightsaber called to her. in
that
Mos
was him being
Castle.
a Sith.
Calls to you.
I think that's why.
Into those feelings and twisting them. He was pimping her out.
There's a lot more. There's a lot more to her backstory and to the Jedi Temple attack than what we've got.
See, and that's the stuff to me that's good. Like that, those interactions are good. There's a few interactions I think when it between
Alright.
Luke and Rey that were dope.
God damn it!
But what's up?
No, it's mine. This is
He stubbed
Drop
his
pop-ups.
He
Okay.
dropped the peanut butter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
thought
I
he
do
stubbed
think-
his
All right,
toe.
this is what he says. He says, I can't speak to what they're going to do in J.J. Abrams or whatever in episode 9, and there's always in these movies a question of certain points of view, but for me, in the moment, Kylo believes it's the truth. I don't think he's purely playing chess. I think that when he saw, they touched the fingers, and that's what he believes, and when he tells her that in the moment, she believes it. The easiest thing for Rey and the audience to hear is, oh yeah, she's so-and-so's daughter. That would be wish fulfillment. It instantly had her in a place of the story. The hardest thing for her to hear is she's not going to get it the easy way. Not only that, but Kylo is going to use the fact that you don't get to the answer to try to weaken her, so you have to lean on him. You're going to have to find the strength to stand on your own 2 feet and to find yourself in the story.
Right.
So yeah. So I mean, that's.
So yes, I don't know what they're going to do in 9. I know a lot of these things come down to a point of view. I think that when Kylo told her that he believes he's telling the truth, and that's how I want it to be.
Yeah, I do agree with Bobby. Like I don't get from that statement that it's a definitive that Rey's just some space trash.
And also, guys, remember, it wasn't Kylo that told her that. It was her who said it.
Yeah, she did say that.
He said, say it. And she's like, they were nobody.
He was
And that's true, but Kylo was the one that said they were
Well,
drunk.
Well, I think so. Look at that.
that dude,
Follow
is
that,
stepping, that dude is stepping up to the next fucking the Snoke. He's stepping into Snoke's spot right there.
Well, he's
pimping her
the
out.
supreme leader. So let's
He's
let's
getting
let's
pimped
talk
out
about
from
that
here.
for a minute.
So now he's pimping her out.
So
Period.
you know, I obviously to me the big surprise of it was Snoke gets
Snoke's
stabbed
nobody too.
in the middle of the damn movie.
Man,
In the jaw.
what
on
a
the floor.
waste of a fucking great character.
Darth mauled him, right? Top right.
Am I the only one that thinks that?
Snoke's jokes.
I was really enjoying.
Snoke jokes.
You know, he was flicking a wrist and throwing people across the room, and you know he drug Hux across the freaking bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was dope.
Wait, not even
Not
in
even
the same
present?
space.
And then
He
he
was
gets cut
crossing
in
galaxies.
half. I mean, and can't come back from that.
The one thing I didn't like was like
I don't have,
Just a nod to Jedi, though. Oh, he died.
and I don't have
Same
any
for-
problem with that because, like it's one of those once again like your overconfidence being your weakness, and the way that Kylo played him. Like Kylo was like, yeah, I am going to strike down my greatest enemy. Like I can read his mind. I can read him like a book. Right now, he's going to strike down his greatest enemy. Like I'm good with all that. My main beef with this movie, my main number one complaint is that I found Snoke to be absolutely magnetic and compelling, and I feel like he was cut too short, so to speak.
yeah,
No,
he fucking destroyed him.
One comment that smart Chris made after you left, Bobby, the other day, not to be confused with old dumbass Chris, my co-host on Beer and Boulders 40K,
He's like,
is he said that one theme in this film is hubris. Like everybody suffers from it. You know, Hux was overconfident about the Juggernaut and got destroyed. Poe was overconfident about his leadership skills and he got punked. Kylo is overconfident and he was being controlled by Snoke. Snoke was overconfident and he got killed by Kylo. Luke was overconfident about being able to train and end up destroying the temple. That's like everybody's. That's one theme. That element was kind of cool, but then again, it didn't really go anywhere. It was there, but nobody, nothing really mattered.
Yep.
Well, I disagree.
Everything was pushed to the side.
Well, I disagree with that too, because I feel like Luke's big arc in this movie is his kind of overconfidence in terms of his importance and what that means. Like that's to I don't want to get away from the Snoke thing before we really dive into it, but that scene with Yoda where Yoda basically tells him, like, dude, like, who the fuck do you think you are? You think because you burned down a couple books that you can end this? Like, this shit was around long before you, and it's going to be around long after.
Is that even what he said?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what he said. I feel, huh?
I don't have the script in front of me.
No, he
Yeah,
said
I didn't get it from that.
I think we could fire up the video and.
But he says like he says stuff like, you can't stop it. Like, you can't stop this. Like, you think you can stop this because that's who you think you are, and you can't. Yeah,
because there's Rey, who's Jedi Jesus, is got everything.
Jedi Jesus, that's a new hashtag.
Because there are more coming. There will always be more.
Jedi.
Everybody in the chat right now, hashtag Jedi Jesus.
So I will say one of the things that is such a small little thing, but really just gave me chills is, the kid grabs the broom and moves it.
Yeah. I see, and here's the thing: I didn't like that at first.
And I loved that.
But
I loved that
because that felt very Marvel to me. It felt it felt like a post-credit scene at the end of a Star Wars film.
It
should have been a post-credit scene. I think so.
But the more that I've had to sit with this movie and think about what Luke did and how important it is, the more I'm into that scene now. Because I do feel
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Like, Luke has brought back Luke, like, Vader destroyed the Sith, but Luke just saved the fucking galaxy.
When the Falcon just went out and it fucking flew past, I was ready for
Yeah. That's the formulaic way to end a Star Wars movie.
Yeah, and the scene with the kids should have been the post credit.
I think the most important thing to take away from this is there is no formula for a Star Wars movie anymore.
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
Let's look. How does every Star Wars movie start?
You pan down from the scroll.
All right. But they did that. Listen, they did that just to fucking say they did it this movie because it didn't roll into any action, immediately cut.
Yeah.
It did not roll it like it normally does. So back to the kid scene.
The rings of that Uranus. And
if anything, that kid scene, you said it was a nod to Marvel. Somebody did. To me, it was more of a nod to episode 1 with all the kids, or episode 3 with the younglings.
The younglings.
Shout out to Yinglings and Younglings.
It just felt very Marvel.
So shout out to episode 1. Just the same thing. I mean, Anakin was a slave. These guys are slaves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's gonna free him?
To get back to Snoke, that scene is probably my favorite scene in the film. But
there's a lot of tension in that scene.
Yeah,
that was good stuff, man.
To quote Adam, that scene for me, time is gonna tell. Like, in this next movie, I could look back at that scene like, man, what a waste of a character. But in this next movie, I could look back at that scene like, nope, Snoke did everything he needed to do for this story. So I can't. I feel unsatisfied with Snoke right now, but I can't really lay judgment on it until I see how it all plays out.
Do you guys feel it was very reminiscent to Jedi?
In what way?
It does.
Luke, Vader bringing Luke to the Emperor.
Yeah.
And,
oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? The one thing what I thought was like Jedi was like the Emperor antagonized fucking Vader enough to make him turn. He didn't fucking antagonize fucking Kylo enough to make him turn, because in Kylo's mind, he wanted to fucking kill Snoke.
Well, yeah, he
did antagonize.
Dude, he did Kylo bad.
He did like a Force lightning stomp on him,
I think
he's like,
I was waiting for that whole build-up that we got in Jedi. Was like, I want to see Rey tortured before he decides to say.
I think it's different though too.
But Dust, it happened earlier. So, he's like, you're not Vader.
Yeah.
He's
exactly.
Like, fucking mask.
And I think exactly when he made him fucking bash that mask,
Yeah.
He
That's
was
what
like,
I think,
"Fuck,
you know, you have to
done."
remember too is you get like Kylo is like a kid almost. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
he's just
yeah.
so I think that's what he was just playing on there is like I'm gonna play with the this dude. Kind of how I took it, like Kylo looks at like Vader's his real father, and when he tells him like, "Dude, you're nothing like you'll never be like your fucking dad." You know what I mean? Like,
Child. That part was
right.
tight.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing. Like
If anybody grew up in a household with verbal abuse, that's what it's exactly was.
Exactly. Yep.
So I definitely fucking relate to that.
It comes down to, like, again, I think that this movie, if this movie was 9, and let's just say you have Kylo's arc and that whole scene, that build up, that scene is so perfect and would have been perfect to end it. And then you find out like it's a Jason Solo type move. Like he had to be there and set that up to be able to kill Snoke that way because he's not powerful enough.
The amount of
that would have been amazing.
How similar this is to Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, exactly. It's a mirror.
And I love the fact that Kylo didn't go with her. Like, because that's the easy
afterwards.
That's the easy way out from a writing perspective.
Yeah.
You burn him now, and then but he didn't. Like, he's like, no, this is what I'm about.
Yeah. With the second and the third act within the wrong order.
I don't know, because not for me, because for me, like The Last Jedi is really about that moment with Luke at the end. Like that is the real climax to that film for me.
So speaking of moments, Jisk, you and I spoke on the phone today after you got out of the movie.
We did,
and we have a little thought. Yeah, he called me like.
Oh, you haven't even watched the bootleg yet.
So as soon as as soon as Jisk gets out, he calls me, and one of the points you make, just gonna let you talk on it, is the adventures of Finn and Rose.
Oh man.
Wait,
before we go there, can I just say those fucking guards?
Yeah, they were awesome.
Oh my god, that fucking guard! Oh my lord!
Are those supposed to be those Jedi that followed him away, or?
I don't count though.
That's a big fucking jump from the fucking big red crayons that we saw.
I will say
with the Emperor.
And here's another thing, Bobby. We'll talk about, I'm sure, on Nerd Rage. But now, since we know how the battle with Luke happened on the planet where the Jedi Academy was, we know that Luke didn't kill the Knights of Ren. So we don't know what happened to Knights of Ren.
I don't know. See, I see the flashback scene is even more complicated now.
Well, if it even matters. You're talking about the one in the rain?
Yeah, because so here's the thing. Luke says he had 12 students. That
he killed half of them
before he took Kylo, and that would have made Kylo the 13th. And then he said Kylo took a handful of students, but there are 5 Knights of Ren, and I don't feel like you would say took a handful of students.
There was more than 12 bodies in front of Luke.
Half.
Well, there was more than 12 bodies when Luke was watching everything.
And he was in his full garb. So that might be the future.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because that scene doesn't add up.
Or it might just be another plot hole.
I don't think so.
It doesn't matter.
Because I think they're expecting people to equate those two together, and I think they're different. Just like when he says, like your parents were drunks or whatever, and then died in a grave on Naboo. But we see when she's given to Unkar Plutt and she yells, "Come back!" that they left the planet.
They were in a spaceship. We don't know if they left the planet. They could have just flown to the other side of the planet.
Well, they're headed towards the atmosphere. They could have gone out of the atmosphere and then back into the atmosphere on the other side. But they're
pretty acute angle,
right? So, I think there's a lot more going on there. The flashback scene has become even more interesting to me.
Right, and didn't Kylo say that they're buried in an unmarked
grave? Buried in a pauper's grave.
So it's not like they traded her to get
her out, man.
Right, so they didn't trade her to get passage off the planet.
That was him being a fucking.
They traded for beer money, literally.
Right.
Yeah, I don't buy it for a second.
Yeah, no doubt.
I think it's possible. And if that's the way it all goes down, it's going to change how I feel about all 3 of these movies.
Well, I mean, the whole underlying plot of this is it doesn't matter where you come from. That legacy doesn't matter. It's all about just the choices you make and you being your own person. Huh?
I don't think that's the plot of this movie.
I mean, that is like one of the main themes. I mean, that's why when Rey wants to know who her parents are, all she sees is a reflection of herself.
What else is it?
What do you mean, what else is it?
I mean, what else in that movie correlates to that statement?
I mean, that she's nobody, and now she
get that.
up in the
What
light.
else?
I mean, that the kid with the Obi-Wan Kenobi, he's just a kid who's a slave, and now he's part of the Force. He's looking up the stars. And he's gonna be somebody.
Oh yeah. Did he say Obrum Kenobi?
Yeah, it's a nerd race thing. We like we say Boba Fett and Qui-Gon Broom, etc. But like the thing is I think all that is a side note to the main point, which is about Luke inspiring the Force and hope back into the galaxy. Like that's what I think is the main. Like I think everything else is a side note to what Luke has to go through in this movie. That's what I think is the main point.
So Finn is also nobody that made the changes. Rose is also nobody.
No, not at all. To me, like it just seems like the meat and potatoes was the Luke, the Rey, and all that, and they were like, "What the fuck are we gonna do? I don't know. Send them on a mission."
Yeah, they could have found a better way.
Yeah, that was worthless. Yeah, that was worthless.
There was nothing for them to do.
Yeah.
Dude, if their mission actually panned out, that would have been better.
So you know what? Take away that whole
actually,
part
if
of the movie.
Finn had died and sacrificed himself,
I was hoping
that would have been better too.
All right, so in that scene,
who wanted him to die?
I did.
Right.
I don't want him to die, but he should have died.
Right, so
no, because he would have gave the character some fucking meaning.
Yeah. For those of you in the theater and you saw him flying into that gun, like in the back of my mind, I was like, yes, it's finally over.
There would have been nothing but fucking Rose, the only black guy in Star Wars.
I like Finn. I just think that it's that for the first time he didn't run away, he ran toward.
Exactly, and like I was watching, like, wow, they're really gonna do this. Good for them.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to see Finn die. I mean, I don't hate Finn.
No, I wanted to.
Well, I hear you, but I'm just saying. I was like, good for them. They're actually he's actually gonna make a sacrifice, and then last second is some bullshit. You gotta protect what you love.
No, that I like that line
for justice.
That line felt very Star Wars. Like you
fuck out of here with that.
I like that line a lot.
I got one more thing
no,
about.
You didn't,
yes, I did.
Like, what
was it? You don't have to die.
Hey, two at a time, guys. Two at a time.
You don't have to die for what you hate. You can save what you love. Like that. I mean, that resonated with me.
I thought you were talking about Achrome Dome.
Yeah.
Oh no. That line could be.
Bobby, that was good. It was it's like don't fight what you hate, save what you love.
Yeah, like that.
Dude,
I was like,
dude, your daughter remembered that. She just like looked up in her head and pulled it right out. I was like, what the fuck?
Yes, she did.
So hey, Jisk, back to that conversation we had earlier today.
I don't even remember what I said. Was it about the hacker dude?
No. So it was the whole. That was basically that. Yeah, you were saying the mission that they left. You could have taken that entire thing out of it. That was pointless.
Yeah,
exactly.
So I did say that you didn't need any of that storyline, and it could have been an hour shorter. But what I did like is I do, and I kind of mentioned it a little bit before, but I do
what
like.
Did you like?
I just like that. So similar to humanity, you have the rest of this galaxy. There's people living in there that aren't on either side, and I like the fact that there are dudes out there that like maybe are these hackers, or maybe are these code breakers, or maybe are just fucking insane just through life. I didn't necessarily. I hated that the dude stuttered, but I would be down to see more of just the everyday people of the galaxy, like that dude who just fucking get by doing whatever they do.
See that section comes down to my like Star Wars apologies accusations. Like that section, I agree. It could have been cut out. It was just to give Finn something to do. I totally agree.
You could have had that dude just fucking being healed the whole time.
But
problem solved.
But then you wouldn't have that awesome leaky bubble scene, man. What are you talking about? Walking down half naked in a leaky bubble. Classic.
Oh yeah.
But like that comes down to me enjoying being in that world. I agree. Pointless. Get it out of here. Would have made a better movie. I'm signed on to that 100%. But I'd be lying if I said there was a lot of it that I did enjoy. It didn't enjoy.
I did like Rose, but let me say this: I did like Rose, but I do feel like we got stuck with the less interesting sister.
Yes,
the sister that broke her back and was kind of a little bit hotter.
That chick on the bomber was
a little bit hotter.
It was like there she was broken, like kicking the button and grabbing.
I know who you're talking about, but I think we need to replace little with lot.
I was trying to be nice. Okay, calm down.
Exactly, man. I was like, man, the good sister fucking died, man.
Yeah.
No, dude. I told my wife, I was like, I better see in the credits. They better be listed as the Suicide Sisters. That's what I want to fucking see.
Is that something smelt? What was it called? Smelt? Something smelt? Is that a fish?
Yeah, whatever.
And then he gave her it back. See, that's the thing. DJ was supposed to be like a true neutral character, you know. And like that little, I felt that little bit just, you know, I guess you wanted to have something likable about the guy when he betrayed them, even though he didn't have a nexus to give them that information.
So that I look at, like, I was all right with that because I look at, like, man, like, there's other people out there that do just get by on the backs of this fucking war.
True. Yeah,
you know what I mean? And I mean, I know that's what the casino is, but that's a dude who's just like, he's like, you know how you stay, he's like, what did he say? He's like, you know, you stay safe, you don't pick sides or some shit like that.
Exactly.
You just fuck over everybody and you just make your way through the galaxy. Like,
I like all that too, but it doesn't serve the story.
No, I agree.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan of being in that world. I'm a fan of the world building, and me as a fan of the franchise, I'm willing to take the time to invest into all that. But looking at it objectively, I agree. Doesn't serve the plot, doesn't serve the story, could have been easily edited out.
Yep. And I think the same can be said about Poe's story. Not that Poe's story wasn't compelling, but it was unnecessary because it's like there's no reason the rear admiral of the fleet wouldn't include her command officers of what was going on. And Poe would definitely be in that position regardless if he's a flyboy and she didn't like the cut of his jib.
Yep.
You know, she would have let him know about this mission, and there wouldn't have been a mutiny. And then the other thing too is the fact that there was a mutiny. The punishment wasn't nearly enough or severe for Poe in an organization like that.
Exactly.
But that'd have been done.
Sometimes I do feel like we have to put these characters in these archetypes of like supreme commander or bumbling idiot, and like sometimes people just make tactical errors. Like sometimes people just make mistakes in how they approach a scenario. Like that's something that it's easy for me to accept for the way that Hall treated him.
But she lied to him and everybody else that was part of the coup.
Makes it easy to understand why they wouldn't put more severe punishment on him.
What was up with that chick with the big nose?
Yeah, her nose.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, that nose was, yeah.
I turned to my wife and I was like, man, look at how fucking real this CG is getting. They made this alien bitch look
the schnozberries. Tastes like schnozberries.
Nose the funk, man. That was her nose the funk.
But you know why she's in the movie as like a tactician?
Because she could smell him coming?
No, because she knows.
That's what she knows shit.
That radar was up.
She knows shit.
Hey, was Laura Dern?
She knows all about it.
Was Laura Dern on the ship the whole time? Did she just?
I'm assuming so.
I think she came from one of the other ships, though.
I don't know.
Gotcha.
But yeah. And why was her hair purple?
Bobby said,
"Was she an alien?"
I think
they're all aliens to us.
Yeah,
That's right.
I don't know. I didn't get it. But Bobby, you had brought up this, like, even Yoda brought it up. Hey, learn from your mistakes, kind of thing. That's the best thing.
Yeah, I'm playing a new game while watching you guys. It's find the Omega Red. I mean the Omega Supreme. I just noticed his like hidden in between bins. It's like poking his head like, hello.
Yeah.
But now I think you should play a special bonus game called Find the Omega Red also.
Let me shift the camera over there.
There it is.
But Brink, real quick, I want to hear. I want to hear you.
Well, I just want to say, I felt like this movie was preaching to me a little bit. They use the word spark a lot, hope a lot, and then this like learning from their mistakes. And I'm wondering if Ryan's trying to tell us, it's like, it's okay if the movie's bad. Learn from your mistakes. Everything's fine.
I think that is the main point of this movie. I think the main point of this movie is Luke learning from his mistakes and Luke being the spark that brings it down. Like, I think
it's not the protagonist of this film, man.
Dude, I think this movie comes down more to Luke than people are realizing.
Yeah, I agree. He sparks it up, it restarts it. It just comes around back.
He is named after him.
But okay, so
no, it's not. He's not the Last Jedi.
I think it was
Rey's
just
the Last Jedi.
No, that's not the truth.
No, there's no Last Jedi.
Ryan Johnson himself said
There's no Last Jedi. We're gonna continue on. What's going on? You got the kid with the broom.
Yeah, at the end of the movie, there's more than one. There's more than one.
Yeah, the kid with the broom, man. It's telling you, man. It's not
I
open.
did feel like it was on the political thing. I did feel I was a litlittle bit like all powerful women. They don't need no man, and all the guys in it were kind of fools. Finn was a fool. Rose helped him out. Hux was a fool. Snoke was a fool. Luke was a fool until Rey helped spark whatever, so he could spark himself, I guess.
I don't think Snoke, Luke, Kylo,
Leia was flying through space.
Yeah, that we haven't talked about that.
We haven't.
So that
I don't even think we need to, man.
Let's get into the.
Let's just never mention it again.
That looked fucking ridiculous. Like,
it was pointless.
Why?
She could have just been injured on the bridge. I mean,
if they wanted to show us that she has force powers, that's great.
Yeah, I mean, that's
you could see it.
We already knew that. She knew when Han died.
That's what they wanted to show.
I almost walked out of the theater.
That's what they wanted to show.
You could have done cooler shit. Like you could have done cooler shit than that. To show that she has force powers. You could have just had her close blast doors because half the ship was blown up.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like you could have just had her walking into a grocery store and swipe her finger and the doors open up.
I mean, I could think that, but I don't care enough about it to debate it. Like I do think it ultimately looked. It wasn't a good look.
No. And regardless of the look, it was just a stupid thing to do. I think it made no sense.
Either that or die, I guess.
So here's the thing that makes me nervous: is
if they wanted her out of the picture, she should have just got injured. But why did she have to fly through space?
Out of the picture.
What makes me nervous is
they had to be so that Poe could get upset with purple hair lady and all that other shit. That's
right,
why
but that
to be sidelined.
You guys think about
that? They also needed her to come back.
Why didn't she motivate her crew more after them seeing her do that type of stuff? But they still needed Luke. Why couldn't she do some more? I don't know. I think they should have done more stuff with her.
I know nobody. It was just like, did she
Luke or nothing?
She did. All right, cool.
Yeah, I didn't. I
was popping it. That's nice.
That was silly. That was a silly. That one. That so like when I read all the spoilers, right? There was a number of things that I was like, ooh. But then a lot of those things, when I saw them on the screen, I was like, okay, within the visual context, I'm good with this. That one, not one of those things.
Oh, you knew about that going in?
Oh yeah, I knew everything. Everything except for the hyperspace jump to the fleet.
Which was another thing that I had a problem with.
Talk about it.
We were talking about that. If somebody can do that use that as a weapon, why wasn't it done more?
It breaks the rules of Star Wars, yeah. And the fact of the matter is, Han just did it. The previous movie didn't cause any damage. He hyperspace out of his big ship. It didn't cause any damage to that ship.
No, but it was through an opening.
No.
Yes. Yes. The big jaws that sucked in were open.
Yeah. Hey.
But I agree with you, J. Ruse, in the sense that if you take that, then you can start deconstructing all of it and say, well, why don't they do it to the Death Star? Why don't they do it to the fucking Vader ship? Why didn't they do? I agree with you there. To me, that's one of those price of admission things. Like that scene was cool enough where I'm like, I'm good with it. Because if you start going too far down that rabbit hole, then you start getting to a point like, well, why doesn't Luke just turn Vader's breathing apparatus off with the Force while they're fighting?
Mm-hmm.
But also, you're adding different rule, like because Vader's blocking the Force with it. I mean, that's just because this thing is stupid, you can't explain with something else that would be equally as stupid.
What I'm saying is, I don't think it's stupid. I don't think that the act is stupid. I think that if you start saying why they haven't done it in the past, that's stupid. But it's one of those things where either you accept it or it bothers you, and I understand both. But for me, it's one of those things where it's like the price of admission, as you say, the payoff, as I would say, is worth it.
Does it make?
I mean, the payoff is all right. And I'm just watching this thing, and the bay doors were not open. They were just cracking, but not all the way open.
So they were. So we went to the crack.
Shout out to Kraken.
Hey, By the way, in regards to hyperspace tracking, someone, I think Josh in the chat mentioned earlier that was actually shown in Rogue One when they were
It is
looking for the plans.
It is.
Yeah. How about that?
I like that.
Does it make you guys nervous that they gave this dude 3 more movies?
No.
It makes me fucking
Really
mad nervous. Yeah, fuck yeah.
So Bobby, you're getting better with it because Friday night you're a little.
Yeah, like I said, like I go. This has been like that. It's one of the things that I find attractive about this movie is that it's
You get to defend it.
It's put me through a roller coaster of emotion. Like I've had to wrestle with it. I've had to think about it. It has challenged me.
So part of me, I do
It's
feel
your
like
BVS.
yeah, I do feel like though that you've been a soldier. You've been a soldier for so long that you just are happy to battle. Like I think I feel like I find it a little shocking that you like this movie as much as you do, and I feel like you've just been a soldier for so long that you're like, you know what, I can't wait to defend it because people are shitting on it.
Well, Bobby loves all the really good things about it, but he's not. I mean,
see,
it's bad,
like,
man.
There's some stuff. There's some stuff that you guys have mentioned that I've been like, yeah, I don't like that either. I'm not with that either. I'm not.
I feel you.
I'm not with that either.
Does
But
the
like
death of Carrie Fisher factor in?
No, for the movie as a whole, no. But it is one of the things that makes me a little bit more lenient about seeing her use some sort of force power, even as silly as it may seem. It does make me a bit more lenient on that. I will admit that. But I think that like the stuff that a lot of the stuff that you guys are critical of, I too am critical of. I'm critical of the humor. I'm critical of Rose and Finn's adventure. I am critical of Leia Clark Kenting through space.
Yep.
Like I'm critical of those things. I don't like those things like objectively. But the things that I love, I think I love and appreciate, and in my mind they enrich what I love about Star Wars.
It overpowers
more so than some of you guys.
Yep, I agree.
I can see that.
That's why I'm so fucking torn also.
But Dust, how did you hate Episode 7 then?
Episode 7 was garbage, man.
I don't think Episode 7 was garbage, but
terrible.
Like this is the thing. It's just like it's fucking Star Wars fans. It's like this is too similar. This is too different. You know,
I just still can't I still can't see. You said, did you say it was your favorite of the Star Wars movies?
Who?
You?
No.
Oh, okay.
Third.
Okay. Third. All right. Never mind then.
And that's of the saga films. Like I probably I don't know where I would put Rogue One in that lineup. But yeah, I'm with like a lot of the things that we're criticizing. I'm with. We haven't really dug into the Yoda thing, but his mouth looks fucking stupid.
Yeah, that was another thing.
I mean, the whole major plot of the chase is stupid.
But
Yeah,
what comes out of Yoda's mouth, I love. Like I don't just like. I love.
It's like George Lucas said, you can have Star Wars, but you can't have my puppet, and they had to make a whole new puppet that didn't
look good.
Nothing
I
like
mean,
him.
I think it's also.
Yeah,
I think it's
definitely got some Empire Strikes Back feels from that fucking puppet, man.
I think it's also that our tastes have matured and refined.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like even if you look at the Episode 6 puppet compared to the Episode 5 puppet, it doesn't look as good.
No way.
You know, like the 5 puppet, there was just something about it. Like, and then the Episode 1 puppet is even worse.
That's the worst one. I think this one looked like more like the Episode 1 puppet.
No, it sure doesn't.
I just didn't know why.
Look at the 6.
It's like the
I
6.
just didn't know why you were playing that playful fucking Luke just landed on the fucking planet Yoda. You know.
Yeah, but it's like I just that I'm just like, oh my god, just don't look at his mouth. And like it's like somebody's got a big mole.
It wasn't. It was just. They had to digitally remove a mustache from the puppet. That was the issue.
Or this bump I got on my forehead. It's like that. It's like just don't look at the bump. Like
and all of a sudden, Force Ghost can bop people on the head.
Yeah, with canes, with Force Ghost canes.
I was like, okay, and then call down Force Lightning to destroy a.
That was cool. That was cool.
That I liked, but
yeah,
like,
but that was showing like Yoda knew that she took the books out.
But
what
like,
if
that's
Luke?
a strong Force Ghost?
That just showed Yoda knew that she took the books out.
And Yoda made a joke about that. Already Rey has what she needs.
What if?
Yep, exactly.
What if Luke was dead the whole time? What if that he was a ghost the whole time?
I don't believe that to be the case, but I'm going to hear more about the theory.
I don't know.
You drinking that firewater, Chris?
Well, I'm
So
no,
what if he really died? What if
Firewater
Kylo
got
really
you.
killed him way back when?
I'm glad that Phasma got a redemption.
Ugh, she got the fucking Boba Fett treatment, man. Jesus
Well, you
Christ.
got to see her in action. I mean, I'm with you. It's the tradition of throwing away.
I need an opinion. Did Finn kill Phasma?
No, I think she's gonna survive.
No, I think she's
No.
gonna
I think she's dead.
I think she's dead.
I'm saying,
You guys
did
think she's
Finn
dead?
kill Phasma?
No.
No.
The fire kills
She
Fett.
tripped on a
Yeah, just
banana
making sure.
peel and fell down a hole.
I definitely think she's coming back.
What was up with that? What was up with everybody on that ship dying except for fucking Finn and Rose, and then
Not a
Phasma and
scratch.
those troops? Yeah.
Not a scratch.
Everybody was fucking dead except for them.
And they were the ones without armor.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
protection whatsoever. They survived. Everybody that's armored.
It's like
laid
plot
out.
hole convenience number 832 with this film. So
It's more
Yeah.
convenience.
I mean,
They got
it's-
out. I mean, like
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't know, man. I feel like we could go through, like, we could sit down with the original trilogy and point out 100 different examples.
yeah, but dude, you can't go by 77 movie going.
But what I'm
Like-
saying is, is that, like, I think that there's an element of, like, the classic hero escaping that goes to that. Like,
I mean, of course there is. It just
like it's what I signed up for.
it's the totality of the circumstance. Like if it was one thing, I could be all right with it. And like even with the Leia flying through space,
Yeah, and Bobby,
like even with that, like don't get me wrong, it looks goofy. It looks goofy as hell, but I kind of liked it because I was so heartbroken that I thought that she dies. Like, wow, they did it. They killed her like this. Holy shit! I thought that was so disrespectful. So to see her fly through the space just so she was alive, I was happy with. You know, even though it's fucking stupid.
yeah, and Bobby,
it's
remember
just adding stuff up.
that the hero couldn't escape without his ball buddy driving an ATST.
Yeah.
That was a little over the top for me.
Yeah, but BB-8, like the BB-8 and the ATST, BB-8 with the launch
Trash can.
over top of them or whatever it was, like that's a bit much for me too. And then
But that felt more like a Star Wars joke to me.
BB-9/8 thing, like I felt like I wanted to see more of that.
Yeah,
You
well, I feel like they should have painted BB-8 black if they knew they were going on that ship later.
Bobby, you only want to see more of that to justify buying on them fucking droids.
Maybe,
But
but I thought it like when you see BB-9/8, like really like what the fuck, you know, I thought that was going to go a bit further than it went.
you know when it came,
Flashback of their past BB-8 and BB-9/8.
No.
Back in the droid factory, hating each other.
They might as well have thrown it in there, right?
when it comes down to it, especially when I saw BB-8 drive an ATST and have that trash can on his head, I came to the realization that this is basically a really long Rebels episode. Like this would have been a great Rebels episode. This whole movie
would have done it great.
all the stuff on Monte Cristo and all that other stuff. I mean, it seems like a Rebels episode to me. You know, with the kids involved.
The story, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Didn't that ATST seem a bit small? So
Well, I mean, I don't know. It's not. I mean, even the AT-ATs that they have are not the same AT-ATs from the original trilogy.
yeah,
Like the head design is different.
they're the gorilla walkers or whatever they're
I'm
called.
talking about the ATM-6. I'm talking about the AT-ATs that are in there.
Oh, okay, yeah, they were in the background.
Oh man, Moses is fucking.
Yeah. Fucking
Sorry, nerds.
Get your shit together.
Fucking nerds.
I don't know. I'm just wondering. Like, I don't think Star Wars could ever fail for you, Bobby.
It might not be
I
able to.
think you're too close to it to see.
And sometimes I feel like others are too far away to see.
Oh,
You know what? Am I correct?
Maybe.
You didn't like the last one, right?
Well, I like the last one, but I like this one better because
what did you give Force Awakens 7.5?
7.
7.
And my main complaint with Force Awakens from the very first night, you can watch it on my YouTube channel, is that it was a little too similar.
Yeah. It was a carbon copy.
It wasn't a carbon copy. It was a little too similar.
There was some comparisons made with this one and Empire that it was Empire reversed in the visuals, and it ended up on the white planet with the barricade scene instead of on the snow planet at the beginning. Like a lot of the chase scenes were kind of similar, how those things kind of lined up. I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, but the whole Rey fucking Snoke, that was all fucking Jedi.
Yeah, but before that, it was Empire. When she left Luke to go, and I can turn him back. I need to go to him.
So let me ask you guys a question. I want to talk about Kylo for a second.
Now he stole the show.
Do we?
Yeah, no shit.
Do we know what's going on with him? Like the first thing you see is he can't pull the trigger to kill Leia, right?
Of course.
Then you see him reaching out to Rey, and she supposedly feels conflict within him. Then he takes her to Snope, and then
hold on 1 second. Both of their visions did come true. She saw him turn on Snoke, and he saw her turn on him. So both of those things did happen from a certain point of view.
But she said she felt the good in him.
Good in him, or.
But then then he went totally bad, totally opposite direction. So like he had conflict at first, but then do you feel like that conflict just went away too quick?
I feel like he still has conflict.
I think he's chaotic neutral. I think that he just wants to. I think he's the Joker.
I think he'll have
conflict. He wants to burn. He wants to destroy everything. You know,
and
that's
his mom's still alive.
Yeah.
Does he know? He wants to kill her too.
No, he doesn't.
Is she?
Yeah.
He didn't. He had the opportunity to kill her, and he didn't.
Well, in the beginning,
right?
Yeah, which was how many hours did you say? It was only 18 hours.
Yeah. I mean,
okay.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that he was there to kill everybody.
I don't think so.
I mean, they were indiscriminately firing on those ships. He didn't know if his mom was in one of those ships.
I don't think he wanted to kill Rey either.
She knew he was there.
Rey, I don't know if he wants to kill.
She was there.
Rey, I don't think he wants to kill.
Yeah, I don't think. I think there's a lot more complexity to him. Like,
he absolutely knew he was there. She was there because he didn't pull the trigger indiscriminately, like you said. He stopped pulling the trigger, so he did know. He felt her.
And then when the other fucking ships pulled the trigger, he was like, "What?"
Yep.
He kind of felt like, you know,
that was a cool scene too, right? But then it was overshadowed by the flight of the Concorde.
Yeah, that was. Dude, it was cool to see all the leadership get axed, though.
Yeah, I tell you,
they're getting rid of the old.
Where's Admiral Akbar's lament?
Yeah, I definitely. Yeah, Admiral. Rest in peace, Admiral Akbar, man.
Yeah, they had to kill him off.
Wow, why 9 numb?
Because the voice actor died.
Dude, 9 numb. Fucking. Nah, come on.
Dude, Admiral Akbar's voice in this shit is not on point. It's not on point.
Well, dude, they totally had an opportunity to say it's a trap, and those things caught him. And when they came out of hyperspace,
always remember it's a trap. It's
I think they had to do away with him just because that voice is so iconic. And without that, I mean, I'm sure there's somebody out there that can do a great impression. Don't get me wrong, but I think I was just ready to.
Fucking Akbar,
man. So your final judgment is you think there's still conflict? There is going to be something.
Well, Luke sure as hell didn't think he was.
Yeah, now that's something I have more of an issue with.
I know.
Like,
as you should.
I have an issue with him. But you know what? Like that's the thing about this fucking thing, man. Is the more I think about it, the more I feel like it's layered. So like my initial beef was, how can you think there's good in Vader and not think there's good in Kylo?
That was going to be my next question.
So that was that. But then like when he says to Leia, like, I'm going out there to face him, not to turn him, like there was no way he could have killed him. He didn't try to kill him. Like,
he couldn't kill him. He physically couldn't.
So like that was never in the cards anyway. It was like so like
but he told his sister.
And the more I talk about it,
it doesn't matter if he couldn't kill him. He told he told the kid's mother that he's not worth saving.
I gotta watch it again.
She said she didn't really say she's not worth saving. She because that's what I was waiting for. I was like, man, she she's just gonna be like, yeah, he needs to die. But she was like, no, I lost him a long time ago. So she kind of says he's not worth saving at that point.
So
Right.
okay, we understand it at that point, right? But my problem is when he was training him at the temple, he goes into his room
Oh yeah,
to kill him.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
It's a two-sided story right
He's
there.
He doesn't go into his room to
It's two
kill him.
perspectives.
He goes into his room and he searches his feelings. And when he encounters the level of darkness that he felt within him, he says, I instinctually turned my lightsaber on. Like it was so powerful that it was like a reflex. Kylo woke up and took it a certain kind of way, and that's how it happened. I love that because it literally goes back to a certain point of view, and it gives you all the different views. Like I think that's very beautiful. In a way.
There goes Kylo.
I think it's
fun type of way.
And the
I think it fundamentally changes.
Kill me.
It fundamentally changes Luke's character in a way that is unbecoming to whose Luke character is. It doesn't matter if it's catchy or if it's trendy or if it's whatever.
I don't think it's any of those things.
Luke saw good in Vader, the great youngling killer. You know, the destroyer of the Jedi Temple. You know, that he could bring him back, and he is going to instinctually want to kill, where he didn't instinctually want to kill his father. Let me finish. His nephew, who he's raised from a babe and trained, because he felt some darkness in him.
No, not some darkness. The most darkness he's ever felt.
That's not what he said.
He says something along those lines, dude.
More darker than Sidious.
He says he felt a darkness, I think, like I've never felt before. And like it's like in my mind, it's like somebody like it's like somebody seeing somebody and feeling a threat and like, you know, clutching their bag or grabbing or putting their hand on their gun or something like that. And then like as soon as he does it, like it's like one of those things like it couldn't have happened at a worse time. You know, like that's how I see it. And I think that, and I love how Luke sees himself as like a victim there, and Kylo sees himself as a victim. I love that.
I mean, that's good. I just think it's not who Luke Skywalker is. I think it's a fundamental change of who Luke Skywalker is.
I don't think so at all. I think that Luke is instinctual. I think generally like because of so much information that we or like, at least for me personally, I'll just speak for myself. So much information that I've consumed about Luke Skywalker over the years that now isn't really counted. Like I have to just look at the source material of those 3 movies for what I know about Luke Skywalker. And it's not, I mean, it's a lot, but it's not a whole lot. It's plenty of mistakes.
I agree. I do agree that he has been the more instinctual or impetuous type of character. So I understand that. I just don't feel like that would have been a response.
Maybe when he was 20
for a Jedi teaching other Jedi. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's not like he went through Jedi teaching school. You know, he's feeling his way through it. You know, like he's like I feel like he's doing the best he could. And I think he was fucking, you know, like he says, like, I've only felt power like this once before. It terrified me then. Or it didn't scare me then. But it terrifies me now. But it's the same type of thing. Like, it's like he didn't respect it.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't know. Like, that shit works for me, man, on a number of levels.
Dude, who else is going to have that fucking power? She's a fucking Skywalker. Who else is going to have that power? Right?
Time will tell. I can see it.
The rules don't exist anymore. There are no rules.
I can see it going either way.
You know, she could be fucking Joanne McGillicuddy from down the block. You know.
I mean, obviously, even just with Luke, who are you really? Why are you here? I mean, he would have known if it was his niece, the twin niece of the nephew that he betrayed.
Yeah, I don't know if he shut the Force off, though. I mean, that's kind of what he did, though. I mean, I'll be like, all right, he shut the Force off. I could see how he was blind to a lot of that shit.
Yeah, he was like, "Fuck it, I'm not dealing with it no more. It's gone."
Like I think
if she's anybody special, she is a child of somebody there that Kylo did not kill, and he put her on the planet.
maybe.
I think that's if she's somebody. I think that's as far-reaching as it's going to be. But I think that the big secret was there was no secret.
I think that it's still in a position where anything can be tabled.
Well, of course, anything can happen.
Yeah.
I mean, they haven't made the movie yet, and they haven't.
I mean, they're definitely
technically anything can happen. Yes, but I think they've already made enough changes. I feel like there is a Michael Bay-esque behavior between 7 and 8. I'm not saying it's full blown, Transformers 2. I'm not saying that, but there is a lack of continuity from the previous films. Especially, this is the closest time frame that any Star Wars film has been connected.
And I think it's
with the exception of Rogue One to Episode 4.
And I think it's difficult for that information to be properly processed until you have the whole story.
What do you mean?
Like, I think that's like saying like, wait, it doesn't make sense, and then 9 could come out and be like, wait, never mind, it all makes sense.
No, I'm talking about things that are obvious in Episode 7 and things that are obvious in Episode 8 that don't make sense.
Like what?
Like the scroll of where like they destroyed the Republic. That's fine, but the Rebel fleet was on a planet and they destroyed Starkiller Base. There's no mention of that. I mean, that was a crippling blow to the First Order. That doesn't matter right now.
No, but the fleet is the entire fleet was still intact. It even says that I gotta watch it again, but there's mention of the First Order being a stronger force in the galaxy almost than it's ever been. Now with the Republic gone.
Yeah, but it's happening instantly. Like Rey leaves. And goes and finds Luke at the end of 7, and Rey is arriving on Octoon.
Octu.
What Octu? Yeah, Octoon. Octu. When the fleet, the First Order fleet is going to that planet, and they're evacuating. That's all happening at the same time.
Yeah, but we don't know the size of the First Order. Like we don't know where, like, because they have systems under their control.
Well, we probably saw the whole fleet because they didn't call anybody else to cut off or flank during this 18-hour chase.
I mean, maybe not.
We've seen the continuity of the First
Order. Let them run out of fucking fuel.
Which comes to the biggest plot hole.
I know for a fact that the First Order has systems under their control.
Yeah, and Adam, the absence of logic, dude. This movie's badly written, so don't.
Maybe it's fucking with them. Like, you know what? We're gonna fucking fuck with these guys today. We're gonna chase them until they run out of fuel, and we're gonna shoot bombs at them all.
And I do want to make this very clear that it is the totality of everything. Like all of these little things. We love to pick apart stuff, and I'm not saying that we love to pick apart stuff. But if we're scoring this, like back in elementary school, when you -1 X on the thing, if we're scoring this and all the problems, all the things that are incorrect in this film is what adds up for me personally of why it's kind of a travesty.
And Adam,
some of the things I think I could forgive and forget and examine, but when all that adds together, it's just a soup sandwich.
Right. And Adam, since you said that, how can are there professional film critics with all of those things that are broken? How can it get a 93? You know what I mean? It seems weird to me.
It's funny, Bobby. I wish you stayed for Smart Chris's, because he's like the guy in our group. He's he's working on his doctorate in literature, and he's like going through like the elements of storytelling and what's wrong and how disjointed the story is and how like synthetic plots and whatnot. He's like, this movie it goes places and it stops and it's a train wreck. And I'm like, yes, it's like justifying how I'm feeling about these things, because there is just these huge glaring holes, and there's always holes in sci-fi movies. There's always holes in every movie. Like no movie's perfect, or maybe a select few, like Hook. But it's like, why? How could they do this? And then they're gonna give this dude 3 other movies.
I want to read this post from it was a Santino review that like it resonated for me. He said, with Star Wars: The Force Awakens, director J.J. Abrams sought to prop up and revitalize the most popular film franchise in movie history, to preserve its qualities and amber for a new generation. The Force Awakens was very concerned about what you, the moviegoer and fan, thinks about Star Wars. It wants to please you. It wants to be comfort food. It is very good at that. Star Wars: The Last Jedi, director Rian Johnson wants to burn Star Wars to the ground. Not Not
Let it die.
not because he harbors ill will toward it, but because he loves it. He loves it so much that he wants to cleanse the garden and allow something fresh and new to grow. The Last Jedi is not concerned about what you, the moviegoer and fan, think about Star Wars. It wants to challenge you and make you question what Star Wars is and what it can be. And that, when I read that, that's how I felt.
So through shitty jokes, that's how it's challenging me. Because story-wise, I don't think it was a challenge.
I think it is a challenge. I think a lot of things that we've discussed here, you hadn't even considered.
I don't know, man.
I'm with you on the jokes.
Right.
I'm with you. The jokes and most of the jokes are in the first act.
Hey! Shout out real quick to Sir Richard Branson for leading the troops into the trenches towards the final battle there, with no explanation of who he was and why he's standing there. Did anybody else notice that?
His first step into the salt.
I thought that was Noah. I thought that was
It was Sir Richard Branson.
Oh,
Was it not?
I thought it was Donald Sutherland.
Who the fuck is this guy and why is, I mean...
There's a reason for it. This is so that people won't be like, oh, they're on a snow planet again. That's the only reason why that scene is there.
Yeah.
I guarantee.
I like it, man. I really enjoyed that. I really like the salt on the fucking...
Yeah, I will tell you that the trench warfare on the way home, Frosted Flakes actually mentioned, it really gives off a World War II vibe.
Yeah, exactly.
The shots from the trenches with the fighters going overhead.
And that just goes back to the Lucas shit, man. With the World War I, World War II shit, man.
George Lucas loves this movie, by the way.
That does not surprise me in the fucking slightest.
He loved it with no audio.
Like, just wasn't crazy about Force Awakens.
Yeah,
I just find that interesting.
Yeah,
So Bobby, considering that review or that article you just read there, like, when did Rian Johnson find out he's getting the next trilogy? Because it seems to me like, yeah, if he wants to reinvent it, I mean, I really think, was he just arrogant enough to mess it up in Episode 8?
I mean, messed up is certain. I mean, messed up is a very subjective opinion on it.
I know, but it just seems to me like he jumped the gun.
It's the second biggest opening domestically.
Well, dude, the brand is going to bring the money. It's just, that's just it.
I mean, okay, but it outperformed the movie before it.
Well, that's because people wanted to see who fucking Rey was, who her parents
were. Everybody wanted all their questions answered, and not one of them got answered.
What you're saying is that he messed up, and what I'm saying is prove it.
All right, so I just want this for record. So you're going to, because it made a lot of money, it's good.
That's not what I'm saying.
But you're using
no,
that.
I'm not, Adam.
Because it made a lot of money, it's
what
good.
I'm asking Brian to do is define messed up.
It's a crap story. Nothing has any.
He said
nothing
Brian.
has any value.
It's a crap story. Dude, I really just think it's not. I mean, I love Star Wars. You know, I compared it during the Nerd Rage thing to Phantom Menace, and I don't hate Phantom Menace. I just think it's not a very good movie.
Yeah, but
right? I know I'm gonna love this movie when I can fast forward through parts of it, just like I do Phantom Menace today. I just don't think it's a very good movie. Is all.
Right? Why?
Because the way they told that story, the way they I tell you, man, that arc with Finn and Rose, I don't get it.
Okay, so that,
and it seems, and they're preaching these morals, right? Like with the hope, and the hope is like the sun. You don't see it, and it just doesn't. Like, that could have really hit home if it was just better, if they changed how they went about some of these side plots and missions and things like that.
The side plot, and I'm with you there. The side plot, I'm with you. Yeah. But it's like what I'm what I'm getting at is I feel like when I'm listening to a lot of people criticize it, and don't get me wrong, some of these criticisms I definitely 100% agree with. But when I listen to a lot of people criticize this, they're not criticizing this movie. They're criticizing what they wanted this movie to be.
Yes, I agree with that. Because that's why I don't like this movie. Because it is not what I wanted this movie to be.
Right. And that is like that. Like I wanted the
Star Wars movie,
the Thrawn trilogy. I didn't get the Thrawn trilogy, but that's fine. I got this, and I have to say, I'm enjoying it.
I don't know.
Like I feel like well, but Luke, but I don't like it because Luke died. Okay. But that doesn't mean like I don't like that. I mean, I can go on and on with characters throughout. I don't like that Drexel died in True Romance. I thought he was funny, but he died, and it pushed them, and it pushed that story forward. And this may very well push this story forward.
All right.
It's always going to go forward, though.
Yeah. Well, that's as good a place as any to wrap this up, guys. I mean, we could literally go all night.
Wait, I got one more question about it. Did
So
they
do I,
forget to
actually.
CGI?
Let's
the
go all night.
background behind Snoke, because that whole red screen thing really bothered me.
Yeah, me too. A little
Well,
bit.
there's a lot of stuff burning on the ground afterwards. I'm wondering if it was some kind of cloth or something.
It's a dream.
Something behind him.
It was crushed velvet.
But I think that that's just for, like, well, this dude obviously has a little bit of decadence with him, and I think that's just,
No.
honestly, I think it's just for let's make this room look cool.
Oh, okay, because I totally thought when I first saw it, I'm like, did they forget to put the CGI on the red screen? Like, that's weird to me.
Let's put some red crushed velvet in this scene.
Hey, I had a quick question I wanted to ask about the score or the soundtrack. Bobby, have you listened to the whole thing yet?
I listened to it today.
Because like in the scene where Rose and Finn are freeing the giraffe Eeyore things or whatever they are,
Ears.
like it sounded. I mean, it sounded. Did Williams do this one? Because it was very soft. It was. I mean, that sounded like Jurassic Park. That scene. And
So first of all, let me say this: I don't think that Williams has been on his A game for this movie or the last movie. And that
Really? Last movie? Like,
I like it. I don't love it. I think that Williams' strongest score for Star Wars is Episode 3. But that being said, like I just marked down the tracks. It's 20 songs on the CD or on the album, and I liked 2, 4, 7, 8, 9, 13, 17, 18, 19. So there's a fair amount of songs that I still like and enjoy, but I don't feel like it was strong. And I'm a little disappointed that the music that was in the trailer is not on the soundtrack or in the film. That bum 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 like that like I love that, and it's nowhere to be found.
When Luke is walking out of those doors, they allude to it a little bit, but
that's track 17.
Is it? But it's not exactly what's from the trailer, right?
And guess what it's called?
Luke walking through doors.
Spark.
I did like that they used the Ray. Is it Ray's theme or Ray's? The same song they used when she was sliding down from the
yeah, that was
great. And they used it again.
Yeah,
kind of wrapped it.
Gave that whole fucking fun shit.
So.
But yeah, I don't feel like Williams. I mean, Williams is old, man. Like
yeah, he definitely penciled it in, man.
Like points just keep solid moves down.
I'm gonna jump off here.
Yeah, we're wrapping up right now. I've been trying to, but here it goes. I just want to thank Adam and Bobby for joining us tonight. And
guys, we could definitely gone another 2 hours.
We could have gone another 2 hours, Adam. But we got a couple more things we're going to do here. But Adam, tell everybody where you at. Where can they find you, and what shows you're on, and all that good stuff. People that may not know.
All right, he's out.
Cool. All right. So I guess Adam's gone. He's still here, but he's gone. So
his number's 410.
Yeah. It's 281-330-8004. You should go ahead and give him a call if you need to talk to him. I don't know if you might have got that joke or not. Brian, you want to run down the chat? We had a packed house tonight, which was
great.
Yeah, surprising, but
surprisingly, with all the spoilers, we had easily 60 live viewers going on.
Yeah, man. All right, let's get started. We had Chat Wingham in there, but he bailed because he didn't want spoilers. We had Chris G in there.
You guys there?
Yeah, you want to tell people how to find you, buddy?
Yeah, my connection failed. I didn't drop on you, Chris.
Oh, that's
cool. Yeah, guys, check us out. Bobby and I on Nerd Rage Radio. We'll be back. I think we're recording Thursday, Bobby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Late episode.
And then Beer and Boulders 40K. Whenever we get a chance, Joe KW and Chris will be on that. Also, check out Adam Russell Facebook page or the Beer and Boulders 40K for painting stuff, and hopefully some more Crashback assistance in the near future, because we had a good time doing that the other day, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm working on something, and hopefully this week I'm probably going to holler at you about get some more pro tips on the painting there. So thanks.
All right, guys, thanks for the invite. I appreciate it. And Bobby, still love you.
I always, sir. Background for me when I do that diorama.
Let it go, Adam. Let it go.
Later.
All right. See you, man. Brian, I'm sorry. Go ahead and tell us who we had in there tonight.
All right. Chat Weenum. We had Chris G in there. Todd L. Cobalta. EE Prime 20. Lord Shadowkeeper. KJ Smith. We had Hurricane BX. We had Deluxe who was here. He said he was here just to see Adam. We had Tim K was in here. Josh F. Kenny Prime. Dolcar Toys and stuff. We had Yule. Yule was in here. What's up, dude? Antoine Mega 81 was in here. Primacon, Soundwave Will, BZ Fresh. We had Ralph Fell in here. Jason Y. We had Sam's Formers. We had someone I hadn't seen before. Adrian was in here. We had Energon Addict. Cool picks today, man. Night of Ren. Toddzilla 85. Bricks on the Dollar was here too. We had Matt M was in here. Raul the Machine. Sunday Heat. We had Chuck. Frogman 78. Extra Zero. Lucas B. Eddie C. Jeff L was in here. This one I can't say, but SS3 something or other. We had Chris D, Frank K, The Lesser Z, Trents 5, Jita, Ash 24042. We had Mike H, Paul L, a masterpiece ship piece. Count Von Strange the Fourth was in here.
That guy, man, that's a new dude.
We had Dare 2727. Cadamus showed up. We had Noah G and Wes was in here as well. So thanks everyone for coming in and chatting it up.
Shout out to your clipboard right there.
Yeah. He's man official. He's
Right. You can put an R.O.C sticker on that.
He's like a gym teacher.
All right,
blowing the whistle.
Ryan.
All right,
thanks everybody for
dodgeball.
Thanks for everybody for joining us tonight. If you did not, please give us a thumbs up there. And if you're not subscribed to the Rama Collectors YouTube channel, I don't know what you're doing with your life, but go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that little bell, because we put out a lot of free content on here. Just a quick update, and this actually happened while we were on the air tonight. You can now find Enter the Realm of the Tuesday night show, Plastic Fanatics, and Building Up to It, all on Google Play.
Off the Google Play.
Oh, look at that!
Look at us! Look at us, guys! Look at us doing things. Just one last reminder to go vote on the polls that are up on Enter the Realm. I'm sorry, on the Facebook page, Realm Collectors Facebook. I will bump those one more time here in a minute, because tomorrow will be the last day for that. All right, so let's go down the line here and tell everybody where you at, Mr. Bobby Skullface.
I just want to shout out everybody that's been PMing me saying, stand strong, it's you against the world. Let them know what's going on with this shit. And aside from those people, you can find me in your girls' DMs.
Oh, I can't believe it. We actually see fucking eye to eye.
I know. What are the chances? What are the chances?
It's not about underground hip hop.
Who knew? Who knew?
In 90s.
Hey,
the feels, man. It's all about the feels.
Yeah.
You can find actually Bobby, since he won't say it. He's on Skullface Reviews L on YouTube. Literally every day he puts out a video. So kudos to Bobby for keeping us all entertained. Brian, where you at?
Just try to take you.
You know, Dust, I'll say, you know, I got the feels for this movie too, especially second time.
Did you cry?
I teared up a little bit.
I teared twice.
But that doesn't make me give it a high rating. Just
you know what? I didn't the last one, so
yeah. You can find me, Brian Brink, in the Facebook groups or in your local IKEA, maybe buying more shelves or totes.
Tote life.
Do they sell totes at IKEA? I don't know.
They do fancy ones.
Dude.
All right.
Let everybody know you're gonna do more with those shows and totes. That's fucking great right now.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, Brian. I really am, man.
Thank you.
I'm glad you found your place in all this.
It
All
didn't
right,
go the way I thought, but yeah.
Well, you'll get there. I'm sure you'll get there. J Ruse.
I'm at J Ruse on Instagram. I post there like once every 6 months. Cadaver_11 on the PS4 network. And I just gotta say one thing. In 1984, my years are gonna be wrong, but in 1984 they killed Optimus Prime, right?
86.
In 86. And in that same year they killed Darth Vader, right?
No.
It's 83.
83. Whatever, right? So my years are wrong. So let's start over again. In 1983 they killed Darth Vader. In 1986 they killed Optimus Prime. And in 2017 they finally killed Luke Skywalker.
No, nobody killed Luke Skywalker.
Oh, he's not dead, man. He's
No,
coming.
yes, the director killed Luke Skywalker. That's what I'm saying.
IMDb says he's not dead.
No, he's not dead.
He ascended.
Okay. They took him from me.
Hey, didn't you hear what Ray said? It wasn't sad.
I'm going one more time with you fuckers. Listen, if let's say that these fucking movies came out in chronological order. You not all of you, but a couple of you motherfuckers would be crying. Obi-Wan had the weakest lightsaber fight in fucking history and decided to disappear in front of Darth Vader.
Yeah. Well,
You'll never win, Darth.
I would say that.
it's a plan, man.
Bobby, I concede you're right. I would, if they came out 1 to 6 like that. Yeah, I definitely would have said that.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, but if they came out 1 to 6, we would have gotten different lightsaber fights. You know,
Because you know what? Because when Luke was about to do that in this movie, I would say I was thinking to myself, what a fucking pussy! I can't believe he's gonna go out the same way Ben did.
See, it's like it's all comes down to a point of view.
Jisk.
I really am lost then.
I got a special message from all of our fans about this movie. You guys there? I can wait. You guys can catch me at Jbatron on Instagram and Facebook, and Jisk1 on Instagram.
Dust Mites.
Dust Mites on Instagram. Eddie Dust Mites in the group. Dust Mites on YouTube. Dust Mites on the Xbox Live. And that's about it, man. I really enjoyed the movie, man.
Did you give up on Twitter already?
Yeah, I'm on the tweets. Yeah, I'm giving up. I can't.
Twitter's
I've been on it like 2 weeks, man.
Rage beast.
Fucking Twitter's a fucking hell.
I like my conversations to be private. I don't like.
Yeah. Everybody can see what you're doing.
Yeah.
I use Twitter to keep up
that.
with
Man, fuck
sneaker
that
releases.
shit,
That's the only reason I use Twitter.
Yeah, but honestly, man, as much as I hated this movie, I loved it. You know, is that kind of weird?
Yeah, because they didn't do what you wanted them to do. They thought it was best for the story, and we have to see if it was in 2 years.
It left me emotionally imbalanced.
But
the things I could say I didn't like, the comedy bullshit.
Yeah,
it's not from a galaxy far, far away. If you would have threw a cell phone in fucking Finn's hand and he took a selfie,
you and selfies, fuck you. Should for somebody that shits on selfies. I see your face on the goddamn internet a lot.
No, you know what? Yeah, I'm all about them selfies, man. You gotta put this fat face out there, man.
Okay, real quick. I know we're trying to get out of here, and maybe we will.
You're getting from me.
Do any of you guys? Is anybody not gonna go see episode 9 in the theaters the week it comes out?
I will not. Wow. I can't say that I will not, but I'm not in any hurry to. I'm not as excited.
I'll be there opening night.
I'm sure I'll be there holding your hand, Bobby.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Oh, right. Pumping his hand.
All right. James.
Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Victory Saber 77, Post of Plastic Fanatics.
You remember when James lost Victory Saber 77 and he had to go by the Victory Saber 77 for a minute?
Yeah.
Those were the dark times.
Yeah, that was a rough fucking battle, huh? How did you get that back?
I just checked it one time and it was available.
You didn't have to pay him off?
Yeah.
I
don't know. I love people stealing my shit.
He sent the guy letters with fucking
Season
Scene cutouts of threat.
Nah, me and Rolling Steel sent someone over there.
Yeah. We just sent him a bag full of leaves and nobody knew what was going on. So, I am Pinkerton on Instagram. That's PNKR10. And Christopher Adam Pinkerton on The Good Book, because that's what my mama named me. Crashbox Customs on all your social media. That's going to do it for us tonight. We will have a show for you next Monday. Probably, you're going to drop it. You're going to drop it early, Dust?
Nah, I'll set it for like the same time.
Same time.
Yeah, but you know what? YouTube is kind of fucking crazy.
We could drop it early, in case people.
I'll set it for 5 p.m.
5 p.m. Look at that. You
Check
can listen to
into
ETR while you're
Christmas.
ignoring your family at dinner.
Yep.
There you go.
At least we got some content for Christmas.
Yeah, it'll be up on the audio formats as well around that same time. So
the gift keeps on giving.
Thanks again to the Nerd Rage crew for coming through tonight. Make sure you check them out every week, Nerd Rage Radio. And that'll do it for us tonight. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you were here with us talking about Star Wars.
I don't even think we fucking even tapped the fucking bottle on this.
Yelling about Star Wars.
And we appreciate that. And Merry Christmas and all those other holidays that you have.
Jesus Lord.
Happy harmonicas and Adam Sandler songs and listen.
Hey guys, I'm broadcasting Hangout after this. If you want the link, hit me up. I'll pop you in here.
The only link I want is a sausage because I'm fucking starving to death.
Word. Let's kill it.
Maz. How the fuck did Maz get in this shit, man?
Yeah, I don't like that scene.
I don't.
I blinked, and all of a sudden she was there. I was like,
yeah, like
felt very.
all of a sudden, Bo knows her like she's her bestie.
Hold on,
we were just talking on Instagram.
Who thinks Maz slept with the dude with the flower on his shirt?
dude, I meant to wear a flower on my shirt today for the show. I forgot.
Flower.
She slept with that little dude sticking coins in BB-8.
I think she hit. I think Maz has been around the block a few times.
Oh my god, I forgot about the stupid BB-8.
I'm not gonna lie. If I was in that Star Wars universe, I'd hook up with Maz.
And that's nowhere else.